Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lure you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls.
Ahoy and welcome everybody. Welcome to Horizon's Call,
Hello.
A nautical adventure right here on Sword and Key. I am Derek Sword. I'm Sword half of Sword and Key. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm very happy that you all are joining us for another wonderful episode of our 5e swashbuckling Thalassian adventure. Other words that mean ocean and questing, all mishmashed all up together. Yeah, again, thank you for joining us. Thank you to my wonderful cast for being back for another week, considering I have been doing nothing but torturing them for the past couple of weeks. So we're going to go around, have these lovely people introduce themselves, say a little bit more about them and their characters. We'll do a little recap, and then we'll jump right into things. But before all of that, I do want to say that if you appreciate what we do here, if you are willing and able, both those factors being important together, to throw a little financial appreciation our way, you can always tip us through pally.gg. Pally.gg is a wonderful tool that we prefer over doing stuff through Twitch. Where, again, if you have a little extra change sitting around and you like what we do and you'd like to see more of it, you can always tip us through that site. Anything that you are willing and able to tip gets evenly distributed based on shares for our cast, and doesn't take the cut that Twitch does. So please consider that if you've ever thought about supporting any of the TTRPG shows or arts that you do watch, and we happen to be among those. It's always very much appreciated. And also, if you hit certain monetary levels, you can impact our game. You can give crits, you can give advantages, you can give complications like black spots, all that and more. So everything is appreciated. If you are not willing and or able, that is totally cool too. Your viewership is very much appreciated, and it's always appreciated if you spread the word as well to help more people see our nautical nonsense. All that said, let's go ahead and go around. Mara, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hello, I am Mara. I use they, she pronouns. I am playing Acacia, who uses she, her pronouns, who is your amazing star druid, soul knife, rogue, centaur, in a nautical campaign, who has been used for a warm bed / pillow during our long rest. Also, we kind of had like limited space, so it just kind of had to happen anyway.
Yeah. All pile on top of the horse. It makes sense for the pyramid to have the largest base, not the other way around, where you crush the warlock at the bottom. Or
Winnie's
the
the shortest, though.
It would probably crush Winnie. Yeah. And speaking of, Eva.
No, don't crush Winnie.
Eh.
She's probably not comfy. She's got armor on and stuff. Anyway, hi, hello. I am Eva. Winnie and I both use she, her pronouns. I guess she is a sea elf, alchemical artificer, / kind of mini bard. And if you saw me enthusiastically clapping once earlier, it was a mosquito. That's all. You're welcome for being muted, because it was very loud.
Neat. Okay. Not in support of really anything, more the opposite. Thank you, Eva. Next up, Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Proximus. He, him pronouns. Your Triton Shadow Sorcerer, Paladin of the Homebrew Horizons Call Oath, Oath of the Guardian. And also, I have slept in body armor very many times, and way too many times for a human person to do. And it is actually oddly comfortable. Keeps your back straight.
Please don't sleep on Winnie regardless.
Proximus is very comfortable in his armor.
I think more than that, take that, donning and doffing rules. It's
right.
Comfy. Yeah.
It's comfy.
Well, plus Proximus has like magical like mithril too. I mean,
Oh
I think-
yeah, and it
he's
doesn't
fine.
bind in places and pinch.
And it's meant to be lighter too.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Also, Michael does our amazing character art.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
So I get to make the armor look however I want it to do.
Crop top.
which
Crop
is
top.
massively detailed, and you can peek at those details. So many details that I'm still discovering in the Discord.
Just say his butt. Stop calling them details.
Did the butt emote get uploaded to the server yet?
Not yet. Not yet. No, it's
It's gonna
it
be
will.
a sticker.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yes, thank you to Michael for doing the artwork that you can see in this game and many of our games. Please check him out. Primarily, I'd say on Instagram and also on our Discord. But on Instagram, it's Mikyl. It's Michael, not Milky, Sandoval. Milky Sandoval. It's my dragon
The
name.
name just keeps
That was
evolving every week.
that was third grade for me. Thank you.
Milky
Kayla,
Sandoval.
please
All right.
go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save Michael.
Please.
Hi, hello, I'm Kaila. I play our Siren Storm Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores, who uses she, her pronouns, as well as myself. And I'm just happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
I think
No, you are.
TBD on what we actually run into today.
Nah, it's great. It's going to be great.
I
wouldn't worry
trust
about it.
Derek with my life, just not my Siren's life.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know, we all make choices every day. Okay. Let's actually go ahead and do our recap real quick. Actually, I do want to toss one other thing out there real quick. It was my mom's birthday on Thursday, so typically we don't try to mix like asking you for a tip to the show as well as like a charity thing. Do be aware that there always are charities that we support here at Sword and Key. You can always find it beacons.ai/Sword and Key. One of those is ongoing. That's the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Always appreciate you donating that. We don't have any ongoing incentives for that. The other one, just for Mama Sword's birthday, because without her, I wouldn't be here, or at least I wouldn't be here in this nerdy. You can always donate to Canine Companions for Independence, which is a very important cause to my family. They have gone through over 12 puppies at this point that they have raised and have been placed with people with a variety of disabilities and conditions that basically improve that person's life 100-fold. So definitely consider donating to that amazing cause. That is, you can find that on all of our social media, and you can find more information at cci.org.
There's
Thank you.
live
Okay.
ad incentives. If you donate, you get a forehead smooch from me. You're welcome.
It might be digital, and maybe a puppy too. If you're relatively near your local CCI branch, go support them. They do activities all the time where you can go see puppies and pet them and get little smooches. All that said, Mara, please, I believe you have the recap. The floor is yours.
I didn't miss anything. Only one person replied to me in terms of that was it trap wise. Because I feel like there should be more, because I only have 3 bullet points.
And it was the
Yeah, you-
person with a really bad memory.
You did. I did not respond because you got it right. You had gotten
Okay.
through 3 spaces last time.
Cool. Okay. So I feel better now. So we felt like we went through a lot more than we actually did. So after we destroyed the centaur, the beholder paint beholder, basically, we went into the next room, which was essentially kind of like a circular throne room with 5 different dragon heads on the walls. Did a lot of looking around. We saw that there were buttons underneath the throne, each corresponding to a different head in terms of color. Winnie stuck her head in one of the dragons, which I thought was a really bad idea. Thankfully, it did not go off and breathe fire at her. I don't know which one she put her head in, but something really bad. We looked around, and eventually we just kind of toppled the thing over, and that was apparently the right thing. We didn't die, we didn't get hurt, and we descended into the next level. The next hallway was just a lot of bones. It was the bone zone. Skeletons and everything like that. I saw a rat, and we made new friends. I gave them some food. They gave us some information. Apparently, the bones and the corpses do move around. So I'm just like, hey, thank you. And then they offered to help us by restraining the zombies of their own volition. I did not ask them to risk their lives this way, and I appreciate them. And they are my new best friends. And I wish I could take them with us, but that's not happening because Flittins. And last but not least, after the Zombo room and trying to unlock multiple locks, which I fucked up once and then they relocked and then we had to start over. And that was terrible. The next room was a big sand pit and we went across it. But apparently there were some sand golems in there and they decided to just try and bring them into a dirty, suffocating embrace. I got Scarlet out by turning her into a ferret. She turned pink and she was adorable, and I would have loved to keep her like that, but she would murder me. Winnie was able to get out by returning a hug to the sand golem. And then we took a very, very long nap because we're tired.
Fantastic job. Fantastic. Yeah, inspiration indeed. Enjoy that inspiration, Mary. That was a wonderful job. Okay, well, let's switch up the music a little bit here from as hopeful as this is. And we will pick up at the end of your long rest. It is, I'm going to say it's eerie taking a long rest in what is essentially a dungeon. To go back to maybe first edition, where that was something that was maybe done a little bit more. I've never played first edition. I don't even know if long rests were a thing back then. But you all take a little break on top of your centaur friend on this small little platform of sandy stones. It's eerily quiet. Like you can hear water dripping very, very far away from where you are, and maybe you find that peaceful, maybe you find it just absolutely irritating. But regardless, you all do get your full rest. And as the time kind of ticks by, Winnie maybe tapping her foot a little insistently. I'm not necessarily say one way or the other, but for Sea Elf that only has to trans 4 hours, and some of the rest of you taking 8, you all do eventually wake up and find yourselves with a door leading to whatever comes next before you.
Are locks on this door?
I believe I did say last time that there are no locks in this door. Also, just a heads up, I just saw all of my lights flicker. So if we do lose power, because it is a little windy here at Sword and Key HQ, we will try to be back as soon as possible, just in case the power lines here with our wonderful Washington infrastructure decide they don't want to support us for just a moment, which
That's
is
kinda
all it
rude.
takes. Yeah, isn't it great? But yeah, I believe I did say that there were no locks on this door, that it was presented open to you, because you did solve the actual puzzle. You didn't fight your way out. You solved the puzzle of the sand room. I'm also going to say that with Acacia and, let's see, Scarlet, I don't know, Winnie, what your past perception is. I don't see it up right now, but with your past perception, you would hear something moving towards from where you came from, like almost you hear like
I think it's 22.
22. I'll say you hear this as well. You would hear not a scraping noise, but almost like a depressurization kind of sound, like something almost pushing its way, like water pushing its way through a very tight space.
Do all of you hear that?
I hear it.
It's probably not good news, huh?
Yeah, I don't like that noise.
What is it
Yeah.
that you
Just listen really close, Proximus. It's like a slurping sound. I don't know. It's hard to describe it.
She's not wrong, but also I don't really like that. That's
Reminds me of
gross.
oozes.
Oh, I like that even less. I mean, I'm sure there's some perfectly nice oozes out there. I don't want to say there's not, but I don't want to find out really.
Do we just want to ignore it?
That does not seem like a super good idea.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ugh.
And I'm sorry. Did you say that we could tell what direction?
It's coming from the way that you came in.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
zombie room, technically.
Yeah, from the path that you all had taken before.
Doors
I'm gonna-
closed, right?
Yeah.
Doors closed.
Do you want me to just take a look through maybe like the keyholes or something? Or I don't know.
Yeah, what could that hurt?
Yeah. Derek, I'd like to clippity cloppity across the sand and maybe try and maybe listen a little more if I can't see through the keyholes. I'm just trying to get as much information as I can. So looking, peering,
Yeah,
smelling.
we did establish that the traps all did deactivate at the end of our last episode. So you click up across the sand, and you would find that the door is not locked from your side, but you absolutely could try to peek through the keyhole as well.
I would like
I
to.
think we did establish these are a little more complicated locks, not like your classic Victorian locks that you can Sherlock Holmes peek through. But you could
Robust.
open the door if you did want to, or you could
Yeah.
listen at the door.
I'm gonna listen first, and then based off what I hear, and then I might look.
Yes, pressing your ear to the door, the sound would kind of reverberate more towards you, and it would absolutely sound like something slurping its way towards you.
I want to look as sneakily as possible.
Yeah, Acacia opening the door, you would peek just an eye through the crack of it and see that in the hallway from whence you came, the hallway of skulls and skeletons and undead, there is a just massive gelatinous cube that is essentially scrubbing its way through and kind of picking up any debris that might be where it's not supposed to be. That it's almost like forming itself to the shape of the room and reforming. It's not a set cube shape. It's almost more liquid in that it reforms to the shape of whatever vessel it's in.
Is it like cleaning up after the mess we made?
Yes. That's
Right.
I'm going to say passive perception. Yes, it is. You would kind of get that you all have spent a day in here. Most people don't last that. I think it would be very easy for Acacia to put together that Ogden doesn't come down to resettle the traps himself. Ogden doesn't come down and clean up the bodies. This is the janitor.
Okay, so I shut the door as quietly as I can. I clip clop back to the group. There's a janitor ooze, and I don't want to stick around for if it comes to this room.
How did
So
they
we're
get
going
through
to go.
yours?
What was that? What was that, Winnie?
How do they get through? I can't tell any of my settings at this point. How do they get through doors? Like, does it ooze through the keyhole? Does it have a set of like janitor keys that it just like opens?
I didn't particularly find out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it'd be kind of important, like to know. It'd be handy for
Can
like
we
future
not?
reference.
I think
Winnie,
we
it's
should
it's
go.
at that point that from the other side of this 50-foot room, you see the door handle turn just very, very delicately, and the
It's
door
Jurassic
swings
Park.
open as this gelatinous cube begins to push itself through the
It's a
door hole,
raptor, is what
and
you're
and
saying.
as it does, reforms and starts spreading out to the dimensions of the room.
We gotta go.
Yeah,
Yeah, time to go.
yeah. Let's
like
go.
now.
Left go.
Let's go.
All
We're
right.
going.
Yes. Let's go.
Going through the next room, we're going through the next doorway up that short set of stairs and into the next space. You find yourselves in a hallway that seems pretty mundane up to a certain point. You've got about 20 feet of just black brick stone, carved, caved walls. And then you get to a drop off, a sort of slope that goes down a little bit and then plateaus out. All across the floor, I'm going to say the floor just objectively has a sheen to it. You could, that's just what I'm going to give you as a baseline. You all can notice that there is a sheen, and then all along the walls are these grotesque statue faces with like these angry eyes, these mouths open. They do depict something specific. If some of you might recognize this, if any of you want to do history checks to determine what these faces are, if any of you wanted to do a check to see what's on the floor, you absolutely can. But bear in mind, you do have a massive gelatinous cube behind you. It's not moving super fast, but we do have a bit more of a ticking clock.
I'm looking for dad notes.
No dad notes here. You're in a hallway, not a room yet.
Cool beans. I'm gonna look at the floor then. I'm going to see if this is grease.
Yes, if you would like to or if you would like to roll investigation, nature, maybe even.
Yeah, I'll do a nature
I roll
check.
history for the faces.
Sure.
And I got
Scarlett, actually, you can roll history with advantage.
Oh,
What about
Even
me?
better.
You can roll history just regular.
I got
18
19.
nature.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry, Keisha, what was yours?
18 nature for the
18
hopefully greasy floor.
Yeah, Eva, what was yours?
19 history.
18.
19? Okay. 18. Scarlett and Eva, Scarlett and Winnie would both determine that these are the faces of Afrit. Afriti. These are the decorative faces that you would see of the fire elemental spirits of Afriti. Acacia, yeah, this is grease, and there's about 6 inches of it all over the floor.
Like 6 inches deep?
Yes.
The hell?
Yeah.
Hey folks, this is like a literal pile of grease.
And these faces are fruity. I don't like this because I think this is fire.
I think this is fire.
I don't want to be here.
Grease together.
So don't cast produce flame.
Or, yeah.
Do the faces look like they have open mouths where they breathe fire?
You can give me an investigation check. Or maybe Arcana.
May I also?
Yeah, I would say you could help Proximus if you want to give him an advantage.
Okay, then yes, I will assist.
You said it gives it an advantage?
Mhm. Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. Because that was a 13 with -1 as my modifier. Oh, 18.
Fantastic.
So 19 minus 1, 18.
Yes, I would say that Proximus, as you were looking around, kind of tracking the traps that you've gone through so far, this does seem to be a pretty nefarious but standard grace and fire trap.
Mm.
So can we see the door?
You can. Again, this is another 50-foot hallway. That's kind of the standard we're working with here.
All right.
So, do we want to just magically get across?
I can always fly across if needed.
I can fly across also, but
Are we
what if
sure
the-
the
Let's see,
flying
how-
across won't trigger
Yeah,
it?
how tall?
That's-
How
Don't
tall
know.
are these? Where are these faces?
So they kind of extend. Think of almost like an Oni face or like the Nepalese kind of demon faces. They're very elongated. They have like tusks that come out of the bottom of these very angry eyes, almost like there's like rubies set in the eyes themselves. And then the mouth is open with almost this void that Proximus would determine probably does have something that would launch fire out of it.
What level on the wall are they?
Yeah, so the height from the very bottom where the grease is, there's a short, like maybe 3 to 4 foot just brick where that is. And then above that, for the rest of the 20 feet up, are the faces. They're kind of elongated all the way.
Oh, okay. So we're not flying anywhere. Got it.
You could fly across it and maybe avoid the grease, but it'd be difficult to avoid the fireballs without you could always try to avoid being seen, perhaps.
Yeah, I feel like we should be very careful with how we test things because even if we're not in the grease, I feel like just being next to it is not going to be great either.
I would rather it not get on fire.
Yeah.
Correct.
Um,
I'm wondering if they're sight-based. And I'm wondering if they can't see us, they can't shoot us. So, Proximus, what about a darkness spell?
Yes, I can do that. I'm gonna use a spell slot instead.
It's just a thought. Does anyone have any other ideas?
I can dimension door us over.
I mean,
All of us?
No, I mean, I could use a few spell slots, but I can get us all over there.
Why don't I do
that
dark-
seems safe, but
I could do darkness on me and fly across and test it. But you should probably dimension door across.
Do you
Best.
have any fire resistance?
yeah, what if it goes wrong?
I really don't have anything.
The
Well, I
fire
could go-
resistant
I-
one is back on the ship, unfortunately.
Yeah, I could do invisibility and then fly across, but that doesn't help anybody but me.
I mean, I could also do it, but how do we know what they see?
Right.
Or if it's a
They could do like
What if
line
it's
sense.
heat vision? Or yeah, that.
Aren't Tritons cold-blooded?
Yes.
But what if they pick up on a super cold? I don't know. Okay, look.
We need to go.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah,
Is
Who
there,
wants
is,
to dimension door
there-
over?
me, I do.
is there enough room for us to stand in the room and shut the door behind us? Or do we
Oh,
have
yeah.
to go
Yeah, for
full
sure,
in?
for sure.
We can open the door.
Well, but it'll slow it down for like 2 seconds.
That's true.
It takes 6 seconds to cast a spell.
Do we have any way of locking the door behind us?
Mhm.
You could potentially try to bar the door, like press something up against it. Well, I guess I'll ask you. Do you have anything that could lock the door behind you?
A movable rod.
Nope.
Not anymore.
Sure don't.
I got rid of it. I gave it as
You
a
did.
gift
That's right.
to the
You
whale
did.
fall court.
Mhm.
You did. It was still very useful.
That's it.
Because like I know there are, I
Mm.
know there are spells that will do it. I don't know if any of us have them.
I have a fun little thing I can do to help bar the door, but it all depends if Derek says I can do it or not.
Or also if we
More.
need to, like, it isn't moving at the speed of light. Like, we only need
We
to
could
bar
just
the
go.
door if, yeah, we're gonna sit around here debating for
Yeah.
10 minutes.
So let's just figure out and do something. Let's go.
I'm happy to dimension door and skip the faces. If you don't mind taking me and little Jeffrey.
Is it just Wendy who wants a dimension door, or you other two just gonna leave it up to fate and figure it out?
Darkness and fly, or dimension door.
You
and
know what?
waste all
Let's
of
do
you-
let's do darkness and fly. I'll turn into something small. You can carry me, and that way, I don't. How's that? And with Scarlet, or I could dimension door with Scarlet and be something tiny.
It doesn't.
How many times do you have to do that to get?
Yeah, I
the
don't
green
think it matters
spot?
the size, right? Like, it's two, like, people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 creatures,
So
Alright.
it's
up to 1 willing creature. So I would have to cast it 3 times.
Yeah.
Right. So,
So basically, are we spreading out the like energy used, or is Scarlet going to take 3 spell slots out of?
Proximus,
I
are
don't
you
know how
okay with trying the darkness thing?
yes,
4 spell
yes.
slots.
Or,
Is it-
Eva,
Gotta
4
come
spell
back.
slots.
Yeah.
many? Oh, yeah.
Or
Jeffrey counts as an
No.
nixie.
No, because
last time you said no.
4 rooms ago he went through.
That
with
was when
me-
Jeffrey was an object because he was
Oh,
not,
a
he was
nerd.
not
He was a
active at the
nerd.
oh,
time.
he was an
Yes.
Oh.
So if you want to power down and kill your boy,
Can you just like take the batteries out really quickly?
also to offer this,
I think it takes like an
Jeffrey
hour to get
could
back.
go inside a bag of holding.
He is.
He is
bag.
the
but
bag of
he
holding.
is a bag of
No,
holding.
I could take the
He
bag
could
out.
vomit up
and
the
then-
bag
Yeah.
and go inside his own stomach.
Yes, I will do that to get him through. I forgot he was depowered at the time.
Yes, that's when he
Uh,
counted as an object, but otherwise he
okay.
does count as a creature.
I'm gonna turn into a wait. Oh, I also need to do mind link with everybody. Hold on.
So yeah, technically, if you wanted to kill all of your companions and then revive them on the
Okay.
other side, they count as objects.
Well,
Okay,
I
so
didn't bring
wait,
Smokey out
wait.
yet.
Dimension door only takes a second, right? Like, people, I could go into the bag of holding as long as you promise to bring me out.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
Like, fast.
I don't hate this idea. I don't hate this
Okay.
idea.
Right?
As long as you don't overweigh the bag with all of the stuff that you carry.
Oh,
I
I can't do
only-
it.
I only have well, it makes the most sense for Acacia to not be in there anyway. Winnie weighs like,
You could be tiny little thing. You could be Weasel Acacia.
that's
I
also true.
could.
I only have the mirror and something else in there, but the mirror's,
I'm way over the weight limit of a bag of holding.
Not as
Yeah.
a weasel.
I have,
Well, I
not-
think even dimension-wise, like, do you put the human part in first and then try to like get the horse? You gotta like back
yeah,
it.
no.
It's like a Jenga piece. You're like, or like a
Proximus,
Tetris
it would
piece,
be
rather.
you
It's
and
the how
me.
does the centaur wear pants all over again.
I have,
No.
how much,
Pivot.
the mirror is 50 pounds, so I have 57 pounds out of 500 in there right now, depending
Okay.
on how much arcane focusi cost.
I hope Winnie
Okay.
does not weigh 450 pounds.
I don't think Winnie weighs 400 pounds, but I do think that Winnie and
She's
Proximus
dense.
together with all of their gear probably weigh pretty close to that to 400 pounds
still-
together.
That's different though, but I could then only cast it twice.
Although Acacia
Once,
could carry
because
Once.
I'll go with you.
the mirror of holding.
You still
Life
count as a
trapping.
creature.
We could take the
So
mirror out.
here's
Yeah.
here's what the plan I think is: put Proximus, Winnie, and Jeffrey all inside the bag of holding. I think that would just barely not max it
Yeah.
out, and then you and Acacia go through with the bag of holding.
Yes.
And again, we could take the mirror out to like save 50 pounds or whatever, but
Yes.
just be careful carrying it.
I will be your one creature to go through the
Okay.
dimension door with you.
Okay.
Such a bad plan. I love it.
What could go wrong?
All right. Try not to panic and consume oxygen too fast.
Hold your breath.
All right, let's make this quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Winnie and
Idea.
Proximus, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw
Oh no.
as you go to hold your breath.
Well, that's not super great.
They technically
Plus
have 5
5.
minutes of oxygen with the two of them in there.
They
Ooh,
do, but
natural
I'm
20.
Yeah.
looking at
Yeah.
panicking here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
28.
Because
wait.
you are going to a separate astral space, a place you've been before
Oh,
that
that's
has
right.
terrible things in it.
I
Okay.
didn't realize mine was so high. So I have 16.
Okay. So Winnie and Proximus, Winnie is able to like step one foot after another into the bag. The bag, like Mary Poppins, like just like wraps over her, and the bag does not feel any heavier for it. Proximus doing the same. The bag gets right over the crest, and then Jeffrey, just like I don't know, the final touch of a Disney logo, just bink, goes right in.
I think little Jeffrey and I would have to hold hands and go in because he is very scarred from the Bagman.
He doesn't remember the bagman. You erased
that's
his
right.
memory.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. Acacia and Scarlet. I believe that let's look at Dimension Door. I believe that should not be an issue. I just want to double check
500
the
feet.
size. Let's see. You can bring
Technically,
objects
I'm
to-
not supposed to since we're doing large,
Ooh.
but that's what we've been doing this entire campaign.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes, that's probably something I should have called a lot earlier, but that's okay.
You
Okay.
let us do it on the ship, so now we
I
get to do it
did.
forever.
I have. Yeah. Okay. All right.
You didn't
Um,
think it would matter.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, let's please rub this in my face while you're in a deadly dungeon.
My boyfriend's not here. You can't harm him yet.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's not here. What's happening to him? I wonder.
Yeah.
Okay. You, Scarlet cast Dimension Door. Acacia once again squeezing her entire horse body through a door that should not be big enough. You all find yourselves plopped out onto the other side, 50 feet away. The bag of holding opened, and Proximus, Winnie, and Jeffrey all dumped out onto the floor. You find yourselves on the other side of this hallway with a locked door before you.
So to be fair, if we didn't decide Acacia was large, this would have been fine.
That's true. That's true. But
We
yeah,
said-
Centaurs is large. Centaurs is large. Yeah.
All right, let's get through the locked door before the ooze comes. Winnie?
Yeah.
Yep. 2 locks on this one.
Alrighty, let's go.
I need a new die because that's.
This is a very complex lock on this one, the most complex you have seen so far.
Can I help with words of encouragement?
Yeah.
I got a
You
20.
give a help action to one person.
20.
I have 33.
It's a 30. It's a 25 or a 30. I think because of the whole proficiency thing with tools.
25
Oh.
is exactly what you needed. It was a DC
Perfect.
25.
Cool.
Yeah, did we decide because Winnie's. Am I. Oh, no, okay. Did we
you're good.
decide because Winnie's broken? Are we redoing proficiency or are we waiting until this dungeon's over?
I don't think we need to redo proficiency. Winnie focused on one skill. She's very good at it. It happens to be very beneficial here.
Being very weird. Okay. And I'm getting a new die.
All right. The door opens, and again, you find yourselves looking into a more like sandstone cube-like room. It is about 30 feet by 30 feet by 30 feet. At the very center, you see that there is a like plinth, almost like a pedestal. And all around the room, you can see that there are holes carved into the walls in all different places, and that's what you see. Almost like it's grid-like, and there are holes on each of the square grids. Your dad note says that Ogden is very patient.
I'm assuming patient is crossed off.
Oh yes, oh yes,
Crossed off. Ogden
yes.
is very-
Underlined, attempted to be crossed off. Absolutely.
Derek. Oh yes.
Oh yes. Oh, yes. Okay. That is what you see before you enter.
Says Ogden is very patient, and I feel like that's not true. So what's basically been happening is like, so the last room, it said Ogden was well loved, with well loved being crossed out. So meaning, and now that it happened, Winnie gave a hug to the things, so those things weren't loved and they needed love. So Ogden is very patient. So not patient. I don't.
Rash?
This is so frustrating.
It's
The
like a
dad
word
no.
puzzle.
I know, and I hate it. I'm
Well,
not that
'cause
smart, Winnie.
Ogden is humble, and
Mm.
he didn't want anyone else on his throne, right? And then, that's not right. I should have written dad notes in a different color. That would have been really dope.
Dad notes are in the Discord too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Good
There's a
call.
thread under our chat.
Oh
It's
yeah.
called Dad notes.
Fuck yeah, threads. Yeah. So dad notes. Ogden has self-control, and that was the way to get through was, I guess, to eat the stuff.
That was a solution.
It was a solution. Yeah. So. Okay. So it's a sandstone hall. It's sandstone room.
Would you like to roll for a hint?
I would like to remember what's in this room. It's a sandstone room with a plinth,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
there
plinth at the
anything-
very center.
On the plinth.
Not that you can see from here.
Yeah, I'd roll for a hint. Does that cost me anything? Do I add anything to it?
Let's do an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, but you're smart.
Oh, I am. Oh, hell yeah. That's a 12, and a 13 is a 25.
+5 for Proximus, right?
Is it a saving throw?
30.
+5.
I was
So,
like, he was not
what I would offer to Winnie, who might be someone as a treasure hunter who solves puzzles. It seems like the dad notes have been giving you the solution as to what you should do in any of these scenarios. Ogden is humble, and so you did not sit on the throne, you pushed the throne over because humility is choosing not to sit there. The key that you found in the room of all the food was after you destroyed the food and chose not to eat it. The let's see, the Ogden is well loved. By showing love, that is how that you all solve that. So it would seem that patience might be the solution to this room and whatever riddle, trap, whatever you're going to find within it. But it would also indicate that because these are lies, that the truth is that Ogden is prideful
Impatient.
and impatient and unlovable, and that is the truth of Ogden. But to solve it, you must be the opposite of what he is.
Mm. Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm going to take a quick peek at the floor for traps.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Ugh. Oh, thank God. 18, 24.
Okay. Yes, you can definitely tell that every square in here of this gridded room, there seems to be, the floor can depress, that there are depressions beneath each and every one of the squares.
Hey, so in addition to us maybe wanting to be patient and cautious, there's some like depressing floor tiles around here. I was gonna say maybe we or one of us could slowly walk up to the plinth and see what's going on with that, but now I'm open to other options.
Out of character, I had to really stop myself from saying, what, do they need a therapist?
I mean,
I was going to ask if they were not happy.
Did you listen
but,
to the new Taylor Swift album? Because that's what happened here.
No, I have not.
Hold on, I'm going to check when the golden age of piracy ended and when Sigmund Freud was born. Give me 1 second.
What?
that's a good question, actually. Look, we need more Constances in the world.
When's she gonna finish her certification?
It takes
Look.
a while, okay?
Look, she's learned. She's
It does take a while.
taking night
I know.
classes in addition to her other shipboard duties.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
want her to do it right.
Right. Right.
I love her.
We do.
She needs to do that advanced therapy classes for us, so like we have to give her a little bit of grace.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Drama.
Excuse me. With that, I don't suppose. Well, because I'd have to move. I was gonna say I don't suppose there's any way of guessing if there's like a pattern that I. Like,
Nothing that you can determine from here.
Maybe this would be a good time to fly over and look at the plinth.
but like casually.
Yeah.
Casual. Okay, please define how you look at something casually.
Before we close the door, is the door secure enough to protect us from the fiery thing that was the hallway?
Like, can we relock it?
Oh, you're asking if is
Like
is it a fireproof door?
Yeah, so like if we shut the door, are we protected for whatever was in the hallway?
It does seem to be an iron door, so probably it would be blast door approved. Yeah. It's probably not going to protect you from the gelatinous cube that's coming towards you because that thing can open the doors.
What if we
Can it
set
unlock?
fire to the grease while the ooze is on it?
It seems mean. It's just doing its job.
I also don't want to get eaten by an ooze.
No,
kinda
but
mean.
it's like
It is
Geisha,
mean.
can't
I know
you
it's-
mold rock, mold earth, something?
I
Mud
could,
pies?
but what was that last part?
Mud pies?
I could make mud pies, yeah, like once.
Could you like bring some of the rock around the door behind us? Like make another door out of rock, but not a door? A wall, I guess. It would be a door that's not a door. Unless it's a jar. Anyway.
So stone shape allows me to touch a stone object of medium size or smaller, but I think the doors are bigger than medium.
But the doors are large. It's double doors.
Yeah.
Do they
yeah.
open it in or out?
Do-
Could you just do like a stone bar?
That's an ooze. It can just.
Yeah, I don't
all
really
over
think
it.
it's gonna work.
So then we just have to be. Well, no, we
So
can't. be
oozes
quick. We have to
can
be
go
patient.
through keyholes, is what we're determining here.
Probably.
How does the
That
ooze
just takes
not
them a
get-
little bit longer.
How does the ooze not set itself on fire getting through that room?
I don't know.
You could wait and find out.
We're
not
I don't want to
gonna-
find out.
Anyway, plinth.
Plinth.
Do you want me to fly over to the plinth? I'll fly over to the plinth.
If you want to. I mean, it'd be good if someone did, probably.
Proximus wants to throw a rock down the hallway to see if it sets off the.
Fireballs.
Like if
wait.
it didn't touch the ground. Well, I already know the answer. Never mind.
Did I give someone my flying potion?
It wouldn't have been Proximus. I don't
No.
think. Anyway, I'll shut the door, brace it. Can we lock it from the other side?
Okay.
Like reset the locks?
It locks itself from the other side. So I'm presuming everybody is in the room now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that, as you all step into the room, you do feel like there's no like little hallway. The doors are closed. You now find yourselves in this 30-foot cube. The doors lock, and then you would watch as they depress, and bits of wall extend to where they were, removing the door from where you are. They are now all part of, like, surrounding you everywhere. No doors, nothing except for this plinth at the center, is gridded stone wall. And it is at this point that out of each of these grids extend about foot-long spikes.
Ooh.
Cool.
Oh, is it like the water fountain, dancing fountain things? Like Disney?
I don't know what you mean.
You
but
don't know what I
probably
mean?
Not.
It does. So it's like basically like this like flat piece of thing, and it's got random water fountains in it that like go at varying
Like the
speeds.
Bellagio, but
Oh.
smaller and sideways.
This is
and
the
spikes.
crushing spike room. So more like that scene in Star Wars: A New Hope, as the walls all begin to compress around you.
I was hoping that it was going to be more of a timing thing.
Well, you have a certain level of time left to you.
Yes, but
as,
no.
As the walls again are now compressing around you. You have the plinth at the center of the room. I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes.
What happens when so we came into the room? What happens when the floor is depressed? Because you said the entire
that
floor
is-
was.
Yes, so the squares of floor depressed. That's when
think
the door
that's
is
what triggered
closed,
the-
locked.
Cool. Okay, that was the
Okay,
trigger.
well,
It doesn't
that was
matter
the
which
trigger.
one.
Correct.
Okay.
So you have 2 minutes, less than. You now have 1 minute and 40 seconds.
All right. So I'm Kish. I'm gonna just look. The trap has been set. I'm gonna go look at the plinth.
Yeah.
How big?
I'm
How
gonna
big is the plinth?
Bust after.
Plinth is about a 5-foot square. So looking at it, it is about waist, or say, pretty like chest high for Winnie. So Proximus could probably look down at Winnie, you'd be just about where you are. And you can see that there is a like spinning stone timer on it, indicating that you have 1 minute and 14 seconds left. The walls are compressing in more and more, so I suggest that you all be around that central space.
I was just gonna say it's in the center, right? Yeah.
Yes, and then you also see that there is a word puzzle that you have 12 letters to spell a word, and as you go, they are all spinnable, and as you go to spin them, they are all draconic lettering.
Fuck.
Oh fuck!
Oh, nice.
Do you read Draconic?
I do.
No.
Oh, thank God. I was like, this is gonna be hilarious if he doesn't. Did I give my helm of comprehend languages to someone? Was that Connery? God damn it.
Yes. Actually, I'm going to give you a little bit more time. I think 2 minutes is maybe too short for that. I'll give you 3 more. So we'll do 5 minutes in total for this room. So with just about 3 minutes left.
Proximus, does anyone read this?
Not me.
Yes, I do. Actually, when I became a pirate instead of a knight, I was able to learn some of this language. I'm
Wait,
not fluent.
I have comprehend languages.
That's okay. Proximus already knows what it says.
What does it say?
I'm also not very smart.
That was what I was getting to.
Himbo.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
You
a
literally
little
just
bit of
himboed him
help
up
is-
even more this
It might be
season.
better if two of us work on this.
Okay, but you don't need to be smart to
Crop
just tell us what the letters are. Like,
I mean, yes, that is true. So 12 letters. To make a word.
12 letters to make a word in Draconic. You have 2 minutes. This is essentially Draconic Wordle.
What are the letters?
oh,
They're all
every
draconic.
letter probably, right?
Yeah.
What word do you
But
want
it
to spell?
spins, so it has the entire.
The entire Draconic alphabet, all 120 characters.
How do you spell patience in Draconic?
Yeah.
It's not a word for them.
That is weird because they are so long lived. Whatever, it's fine.
Minute and 30.
I'd like to get an email.
Phone a friend.
At my funeral.
No, I'd like to
I need a
reset my
dexterity saving
password.
throw from everyone as the
Jesus
spikes are
criminy.
closing in.
So my second thought about this is just patience and wait out the timer. That's my second thought. Not gonna lie.
That's fine.
Just
but
open.
yeah,
1 minute.
24. I mean, Winnie would like to
Fine.
stand on the table.
Was their
Um,
table?
Was it Dex?
Plinth the
Is that what
Yes.
you said?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Winnie is standing on the puzzle.
Well, if we're not turning the things anyway, what does it matter?
The ceiling is crushing
It's,
as well. Like it's
17.
Oh, well then never mind.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's coming into always.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Acacia
Scarlet, what
turns
about you?
Letters.
into a ferret so she doesn't get crushed.
What's the draconic word for stop or pause or
I don't think it's
open
12
door?
letters. None of us speak Draconic. This isn't fair, except for
Proximus
Proximus.
does. That's what I'm saying. Is Proximus? What's the draconic
20
word
seconds.
for pause or whatever? That's a legitimate question. Maybe it is 12
stop.
words.
Yes. I will try stop in Draconic.
It's only 2 letters. You got 10 left.
Okay.
Stop, please.
Stop
5,
moving.
4, 3,
Patience is
2.
a virtue
1.
in Draconic.
Okay, but Ogden doesn't know what the word virtue means.
Yeah, true.
You all watch and listen as the spikes rescind
Yes.
just where they are
Oh,
about
thank
to
God.
Oh, thank God.
bury themselves into you, rescind back into the wall, and the walls all
Okay.
extend back out to their normal shape.
My heart.
I hate it, dude.
Countdowns make me so anxious, and I forgot that.
Yeah.
That one's just for me.
That's just for Derek.
He's like, it's for Wordle. I'm
For
like, this isn't how
everyone
Wordle
to
works.
panic.
That's just for me,
Oh.
where I get to tell you certain levels of time that mean nothing.
Okay,
Um,
what above table? What is the answer to the puzzle?
There is no answer. It's just a wait.
Okay,
It's to be patient. Yeah. If you
so there
were
is no
to-
actual word in the.
No, if you had guessed a 12-letter word, like if somebody knew Draconic and they were actually like flipping through Draconic, it would actually make the walls compress to a deadly level. Like
Cool
you're not
beans.
supposed to guess. You're just supposed to wait.
Oh,
Cool beans.
good,
Love
great.
that.
Hated it.
This is what I
hey,
get for being a smartass to Derek. It's fine.
I knew it would happen. So yeah, it's just me preparing. Okay.
Oh.
You watch as much like the one door basically faded into the room, was compressed by the wall. The wall opens up to reveal a door opposite, which doesn't appear to be locked. An exit for you. I'll say a doorway, the actual like passageway. So you solve the puzzle again. You do not have to unlock any doors. You may pass through the other side.
I feel like I really want to hurt him
I feel like,
for not giving us some type of way to get in.
to be fair, he doesn't know. Oh, no, he does know we're coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
you
he's
told
just a
him.
bitch. It's fine.
But also
Right?
he's trapped and cursed, apparently.
yeah, the curse is kind of a problem for all of this.
Bet that's biting him in the ass now.
Also, he probably didn't foresee an outcome where he was going to be trapped in here and need a rescue. I would guess.
Yeah.
If he
Anyway.
ever asks for the redemption back, I'm just going to drown him.
I mean,
Yeah.
Aren't we here because we need him for something? Can we keep that in mind?
We don't need
him
him.
What did
It's
we
just-
need him for?
It's just.
I thought that was just being nice.
Okay, are we here
I
in
don't-
this hell puzzle for fun?
I
And
don't-
nobody told me? I'd have stayed on the ship.
I
I don't
don't.
need my little man in here.
I don't
getting
actually
crushed.
remember why we are here.
We're all here because Scarlet wanted to right some wrongs and be nice and potentially have an ally.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
no,
it was
Ogden
because
is a good ally to have.
yeah, because he like had a lot of like pirate connections and like could rally the troops against the Empire.
Did you
and
see
shackle
all of
break.
the skeletons in the other room? Those
Well,
were
how'd
the
you have to get
pirates
rid of-
that were his friends.
and thieves?
The
A lot of
fine
them were down
friends.
here for like thievery purposes, and like I'm not opposed to thieving, but also there's risks that come with that you should acknowledge before you go thieving.
You sign a waiver essentially when you start.
Yeah, like you
That's-
know.
That's your entrance to learning Thieves' Cant.
Didn't you have to sign a waiver when you joined the hooks?
It was killing the man.
Yeah, it was kind of in blood.
Onward!
we don't
And
talk
we're
about that day.
walking. We're
We're
walking.
continuing.
We
Let's
literally
go.
killed a man just to watch him die. Anyway, what's in this doorway?
Is it a locked door?
It is not. It is an
He
open
said-
doorway,
he says a doorway.
Oh,
revealing
it's open door.
another somewhat illuminated. You can see again that there are torches along the wall, leading towards a set of stairs that lead downwards. Again,
The torches are lit.
torches lit.
Don't love that.
Gondor calls for aid.
Wait, we have to leave. Gondor's in trouble.
Where was
Um,
Gondor when the Westfold fell? Where was Gondor when our enemies closed in around us?
There's some struggling to recall why Ogden is worth saving. That's in my notes. I need you all to know. Winnie is going to use the little mage hand to just sort of like
Tally ho.
yeah,
Cousin it down the stairs?
cousin it down the stairs. Well, cause still like wanting to be wary of like invisible walls or weird floor glue or whatever. Like he doesn't
Okay.
reuse traps, which is nice so far. Knock on wood. But like,
There's no wood here.
there's no wood.
It's all stone.
Broken dreams and rocks.
Just broken dreams. Yeah. This is the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Yeah, the mage hand, not that it probably would get stuck in glue, seems to traverse down the stairs to its the
So-
length.
I was wondering about that because if it can only carry like 10 pounds, I was wondering if I would feel and it can't go through things. I was feeling like I would sense a resistance, even though it wouldn't get like stuck because I could just.
Sure. It does not seem to find any resistance, magical or otherwise, as it maneuvers down the stairs. Stairs seem to be, by all means, mundane.
Alrighty, let's go. Tally ho.
Tally ho, indeed.
Oh.
Making your way down the stairs.
Walking
You,
fast.
Paces past.
We're
and I'm your
homebound.
You're Ogden bound. You would find that the stairs actually lead down a decent distance. That you are walking down this wide set of stone steps. This is again stone that seems to be carved from the mountain itself, or at least sourced from the mountain itself. And it's cool down here. The torches kind of give a little bit of warmth against the cold interior of the mountain. And at the very bottom of the stairs, you can see that there is another set of double doors, again locked. And on either side, there are statues of, we can depict probably as mages. They wear hoods. You can't see necessarily what type of race or species these entities might be. They have these very, they each have one hand extended with a crystal ball in it that seems to be kind of vibrating with some sort of magical energy. And the hands themselves seem just clawed and ragged, where you can't determine, is this like a draconian? Is this just supposed to be like a very aged human, almost lich-like? You're not exactly sure. But they're does seem to be like this magical current that extends from either of the orbs on either side of this doorway.
Can I do two things? I want to run the pommel of my glaive in a circle, making a shadow, and then summon Smokey.
Sure.
The Hound of Ill Omen comes stepping out. The Ill Hound of Ill Omen.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got it.
And then can I do a divine sense 60 feet, any celestial fiend or dead are a hollow spell. I just want to check out these three figures.
Yeah, again, nothing necessarily hallowed or unhallowed about them. It's not necessarily that type of magic, unfortunately. And I hate to make it feel like divine sense is wasted. Ogden doesn't necessarily connect himself too much to the undead, aside from the skeleton pirates. But yeah, he really doesn't touch too much into the celestial or fiendish either, unfortunately.
Don't feel bad. I have six slots of that, so
Fair
no
enough.
worries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
No,
need
this is
asshole
this is
detection.
different type of magic altogether. Well, you would find at least 4 of them. Because you all have butts. I'm not calling you assholes. I'm just
Winnie is gonna look to Acacia expectantly.
the worst type of magic.
I'm worried about those statues, but we can start trying to get the doors unlocked.
Wait, are we in a room or we're at the?
You're in a
edge of-
hallway.
Oh, we're still
Hallway,
in the
yeah,
hallway.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking for a dad note.
Oh yeah, is there a
update.
dad note?
Yes, you would be at the very end of the hallway. So as you get close
Hell yeah.
to read the dead note, let's see. What's the opposite?
I'm just gonna start typing. Ogden is.
Modest. And as you get close enough to read that, Acacia, I will need a.
Sorry.
What is that? A Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Oh.
Oh, is Proxima still within me or no?
I would be right.
Actually,
Okay.
no, not even a Constitution save. We're gonna ignore all that. Why don't you just roll me a d20 and tell me whether you got odds or evens?
Got an odds.
Odds? Okay. As Acacia goes to, and again, the writing has always been like on the archway of the doorway before you walk through. Acacia, as you're looking at this, you almost feel like it's getting further away from you, and all of you would watch as Acacia is reduced in size, and becomes a medium-sized centaur. And
Pony size. Let's go.
yes, Acacia becomes pony-sized, and you would watch as the two orbs, almost like this, like Tesla coil, like electricity, channels between them, with Acacia in the center. And Acacia, you would find yourself minimized by 1 size. So you would have disadvantage on strength checks, strength saving throws. Your weapons shrink to match in size, so you will deal 1d4 less damage with your weapons.
Oh wow.
I don't.
And you would have like, oh man.
So I'm literally the size of everyone else now.
It's just
You're
like,
pony.
I don't.
this
I,
is weird.
I
I don't like
Oh.
being eye to eye to you.
No, it is weird.
This is weird being taller than you.
I could
I hate
fix
this.
you if you really want, but like also
Is-
let's not do that again.
Now,
Yeah.
when you were younger, were you this size, or were you always?
No, I was probably closer to Winnie height when I was really young, and then I hit my growth spurts.
Aw.
I need to make chibis of all.
Oh my god.
I really just want like young Acacia art.
Young
someday.
Acacia
She's just
with
such
the-
a spindly little
whole
thing.
cast of
knobby,
babies.
knobby knees.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
that chubby mermaid Scarlet?
Every
it's like
once in a while,
Muppet Babies, but
every once in a while, I do end up on like horse TikTok, and like
yeah.
I've been all the
Yeah.
horses are being born, and they're so freaking cute. Okay.
Y'all, like good horse TikTok. So good. So good.
Get yourself on
Horses
horse
are so
TikTok.
weird and so cute. Mare, that was a genuine offer. If you would
Yeah, no, I
If it
know.
is too distracting, please let me know. Winnie will enlarge you, but only if.
No, this is just weird, but I can work with this.
Okay.
Thanks, though. All right,
Seeing the magic work in this electric form, like a coil, you said, like a Tesla coil, like that.
Yeah, where it's like channeling
very
the energy between.
Specific, right?
Hmm.
Is there a way that we could like?
Can I dispel the magic out of one of them?
You can try.
Okay.
Trying to decipher like what kind of magic it was.
Can I do an Arcana check on it first?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll help her. I don't know how that I don't know how Proximus. Like,
just words of encouragement.
Comparing notes, like, did you see this thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, math. 24.
Ooh.
Okay. Taking a close look at either of these orbs, seeing the effect that it had on Keisha, you determined that one of these orbs represents the enlarge spell, the other the reduce spell, but the paradoxical nature of them means that they fluctuate depending on which is enlarged, which is reduced, so that as you pass through, you have a 50-50 chance to become embiggened or
small.
minimized.
Smallened.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Smalland.
Do you share this because Winnie wants to desperately be one or the other?
Yes, I share it. And I tell Proximus to hold you back.
Winnie has snuck some of the grease from the other room.
Gross.
Greases
No,
herself
you didn't.
up and runs
Slips
No.
out
away
of a
through-
Proximus hug.
You're just turning yourself into like a greased pig?
Yeah. Greased sea elf, the worst thing.
She's got the pigtails, yeah.
Yeah.
Winnie, we can make you large or small when we're not in a
She can make
trap-filled
herself
space.
large or small. She
Yeah.
never does.
Let's
absolutely-
do that
Like,
in a
I'm
controlled
slippery.
environment. please.
Winnie absolutely does, like, in her off time, like, back on the island, like...
Just to
Rubbing
check it out.
grease into her face. It's got the worst acne.
Imagine Winnie. I guess she would just be a size category small, but like I feel like she'd be on the small side, just running around the jungle with little Jeffrey.
Just one step closer to being a kobold.
Oh no.
Yeah, I would like to cast a spell magic on one to start, see if it works.
Okay.
Do they look breakable?
In theory, everything's breakable.
Okay, do you want to do that on that one, and I'll shoot a crossbow at the other one?
I don't want to break it and then possibly
Wait.
unleash the spell.
Okay, but Ogden is modest, which is the opposite of...
It could be the next room, though, that the clue is
Yes.
talking about.
Because we're in the
That's
hallway.
true.
Technically
That's
in the
true. I
hallway.
forgot these were not... Yeah, okay.
Any spell at 3rd level or lower on the target ends. If it's above 3rd level, then it has to make a roll.
Okay. You are able to dispel one of the orbs, leaving the other orb almost like fluctuating. It's almost vibrating with this now paradoxical magic, just like fluctuating back and forth. Like you've almost created like a destabilized nuclear ion.
Well, if it works on the other one, if it works on the one, I'm going to do it to the other one.
Okay.
I'm going to cast it again.
Okay. In this case, then let's actually do a con save, as this type of magic was not necessarily meant to be dispelled, and it does tend to fluctuate outwards. So whereas it might have been a 50-50 before, there is a chance to save and not get big or little. So go ahead and give me a con save, and this can actually go to everybody. So I'll need a con save from Acacia, Proximus, Smokey, Scarlet, Winnie, and Jeffrey.
Is Proximus within, what, 30 feet?
It's
Is
10
that it?
feet, but
10
yeah.
feet? Is Proximus within 10
Alright.
feet of me?
Con save.
Oh, no, we're fine.
Winnie's 25.
Dirty
Above
20
20?
plus 5, 25.
25.
23?
Oh no,
Okay.
That's
little man.
23.
12.
Okay.
Little Jeffrey.
Even with the
no.
plus 5?
Oh no, that's 17.
17. Okay.
So Smokey got 19, and then
Okay.
Proximus got a 14.
Okay. So I will need a 50-50 roll. Again, odds or evens from Jeffrey, Acacia, Proximus, Smokey. DC was 25 on this.
Oh,
I
oh
would-
gosh.
Oh
It's
god.
this was a lot of magic.
Could I
Bless Proximus in the +5.
with my arcane alchemical knowledge, I'm gonna give Proximus a +5 with my flash of genius.
There's no pluses or minuses to this. It's just odds or evens.
To
Oh,
my
to
last roll?
his roll.
to his save, yeah.
So I'm sorry, Proximus.
Oh,
what
that
was
wouldn't
your
even
save?
that wouldn't even have helped.
Yeah,
No, it
it
wouldn't
needed to be
have at all.
25. I don't think it would
Yeah,
have
I
been.
had,
Oh, yeah,
I had,
you had
I had a
20.
15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, that's
Okay.
right.
I got an even.
Okay.
Oh.
Acacia, you return to Acacia size.
Yes!
Jeffrey
Yeah,
got an odd.
Odd
Okay. For
For-
Proximus
for
or
both.
Smokey?
for both.
For both? Okay. You would watch as Jeffrey, being tiny, becomes like insect size. He becomes a little Jeffrey bee,
I love him.
God.
little Jeffrey grasshopper. Proximus shrinks as well as Smokey. So you now have Smokey Joe and Proximus, who are, I believe Smokey was
He's
Medium?
medium size.
lives in
Yeah.
medium, so they now
Dire-
both become
direwolf.
small. So both of you, like, it
Oh
almost
no,
seems like
direwolf
everybody...
is a large beast. What?
Are
Is
you
that
using
right?
direwolf stats or was it winterwolf stats?
It's direwolf stats.
Direwolf stats. Okay, because you're supposed to be able to ride a direwolf like Game of Thrones and
Right.
So proportionally, Proximus, you and Smokey, it almost looks like everybody else just gets bigger.
It's, oh, you grew.
You
And
sure?
then Acacia is just huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so big.
Oh no.
I went back to normal size.
Oh no.
Like just absolutely like a hoof just clops and it just like reverberates where you are.
That's yeah. This is about right.
Let's
I'm
get
like
these...
I'm like a goblin size.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like this a
All
lot.
right, let's start.
Halfling, gnome,
let's,
goblin, kobold,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start trying to undo these locks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Two of them DC 25.
Okie dokie, I can do this.
Are you taking one? I'm taking the other.
Yeah.
Proximus climbs onto Smokey's back.
I think I miss it just by 1. Hold on. But no, I have my little thingies that I can do. Hold on, let me do my math.
I was gonna say I could.
No. I'm gonna use one of my psionic points and then I'll hit it.
Cool.
I don't even have to roll because it's the minimum one. So
Nice.
Beautiful.
cool beans.
When do you get the
Yes.
other?
Yeah, 32.
Perfect. Okay. Again, the doors open. And let's change the music a little bit here just because this has been on for a second. Okay. You look into this next room here, and you can see that it is a circular room, just about 30 feet across, about 20 feet up. This has another one of those like glass ceilings with light coming down through it. And that is, as you look at it, you realize the glass isn't necessarily coming up through it, it is being reflected down. As the ceiling seems to be covered with mirrors, as well as the entire circle of this room is covered in mirrors. So this is a room of an entirely mirrored room.
I don't like that.
So we solve this with modesty.
I don't know how to do that.
Invisibility?
Is there a door that we can see?
Not yet.
Okay.
All mirrors on the walls.
I would
Mirrors
like
on-
to.
Mirrors on the ceiling, pink champagne on ice.
Nice.
We're all just prisoners here of our own device. Yeah.
Yeah, we did kind of put ourselves here.
When
We
he's
sure did.
going to detect magic.
It's a fucking best song. Love it. Yes. Winnie, detect magic. You would detect magic in the entire room is going to just just glow in magic. The type being, I have to remember my types of magic. Let's see. I want to say conjuration. That might
It
not be
doesn't matter
right.
because I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I always have to look it up anyway.
I'm gonna say illusion, transmutation,
Oh.
conjuration.
Okay, are any of the
Oh.
walls or panels or anything like different?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that and just say like, I don't see anything noticeably weird. With like a detecting magic thing. Proximus?
Yes.
At the risk of, well, do mirrors do anything with your fancy new eye? Like, would it be safe to take a peek?
Oh, I should check. I want to go to. I imagine that each wall is kind of. So the room is not perfectly round. It's more like an octagon, or
Kind of,
There's
yeah.
flat
It's almost
surfaces.
like Funhouse like in that there are
Right.
panels to all of the mirrors. So not all the mirrors are standard either. Some of them you
Gotcha.
might appear distorted in certain.
Oh.
that's what
ways.
I was going to check. Is see
Yeah.
if my reflection changes in different ones.
Your reflection does change in different ones, and you can see that behind these mirrors is just mundane wall. There's nothing necessarily hidden behind any of these with the into the ethereal plane. But you can also see that there is with your magical eye, there is something moving with you, but not exactly your reflection behind the mirrors. There is something kind of jolting around, and you can kind of see your companions' reflections, even as they stand in the doorway, also have this distorted quality to them.
Okay. As I go to individual planes of the walls, how does my distortion change?
A variety
Is
of
there-
ways. You might seem stretched. You might seem, widened. There might be some where the coloration is off. There might be some that actually look pretty standard as well. There's some where it doesn't make sense how the mirror is deforming you, where some of it's just oh, here's a convex or concave sort of lens. This is or reflection. This is it's distorting your features in it's showing previous scars that you've had. It's showing you where you've been bloodied in battle. It's showing a skeletal version of you. It's showing you surrounded by enemies. It's showing you dead. It's showing your worst nightmare, your happiest dream. It shows you with loved ones. It shows you with Fia. Every mirror seems to be depicting almost this other version or other timeline of you.
What else? So if you look into one mirror, do you see the other mirrors reflected in it, or is it like?
Is when you going in the room?
Oh yeah, I always assume.
I never assume you're going in the room.
No,
You always
that's
you all
fair.
like to stay in the
Right,
doorway until
right.
you
That's
say
fair.
so.
If nothing eats Proximus straight
Yeah.
off, Winnie will go in the room.
Yeah,
I
Neat.
don't think we should look at the mirrors. Because, looking at mirrors could be considered vain, and we need to be
Oh.
modest.
Like Winnie will close her eyes.
But Winnie, to your answer, to your question of whether they reflect the other mirrors, yeah, you can see aspects of other mirrors where it's reflecting almost infinitely,
Oh yeah.
and it's almost like you can see pathways in those mirrors as well. And I think what Winnie you find upsetting the most is that every now and then those pathways are obscured by something moving, like something walks in front of light.
Nope.
So, sidebar, I did read a book recently called Beholder by Ryan DeSala, which capitalizes on what you just said, Derek. It is a horror book. I highly recommend it, and it's creepy as fuck. If you want to deal with creepy mirror shit, let's go. Highly recommend.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
With her eyes closed, Winnie is going to put her left hand next to the door where she came in, and just start to walk around the room.
Okay.
Oh God, she's gonna touch the mirror. I have regrets. Hey, are they still small?
You're not small.
No.
But Proximus and Smokey are. Yeah.
Little Jeffrey. Okay.
And little Jeffrey. Yeah. Scarlett, are you in the room as well?
Yes.
Cool.
I will go into the room when I'll walk in. Yeah.
The doors close and lock behind you again, mirrors taking the place of the door, solidifying you in this room. And Winnie, even with eyes closed, walking around this room, at a certain point, you would feel a hand grip your arm.
Oh.
And you all, should Winnie say something, Winnie, or would you turn to look to see who it was?
If it's coming out of the mirror, no.
Okay. Great.
She's gonna squeak and she's gonna say, something's got me.
Yeah. I'm not looking at the mirrors. My eyes aren't closed. I'm probably like looking at the floor and like averting
Looking at
to
my
not
feet.
look at anything. Yeah.
Okay.
I was about
Winnie,
to
I will
ask if someone would stand at the old doorway just so I knew when I got there, but I guess it doesn't matter now.
Winnie, with that attack at advantage, since you're not even going to look at it,
No.
you are going to take. What is that?
Winnie
9
has
plus 7.
died of fright.
16 points of slashing damage.
Jeez.
And yeah, Proximus, that might sound really familiar. Yeah, and with that, you would maybe you even look down to see what the weapon is. Go ahead.
I would like to use my silvery barbs. If that oh no, I have to be able to see it. Oh no. I don't. Yeah. I would like to use my silvery barbs and distracted somehow maybe with my squeaking? Can it reroll the attack?
I guess it can. That's still gonna hit.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I
it
tried
has a plus 12 to its attacks. The roll of 15. And Winnie, I think in a distorted voice that sounds almost like yours, you might just hear, "Hi, I'm Winnie."
Wait, that's me. I'm Winnie.
To describe, since
Also,
none of you are going to look
that
at
hurt?
it, and we're going to go to break here. What has stepped out of the mirror is a creature that is an amalgamation of all of you. Even bits of little Jeffrey and Smokey in there. It is a centaur that appears as it has somewhat blue skin, pigtails, red hair, wearing a variety of mithril armors, carrying the glaive of Persona, the flame snare whip. It is a being that has all of your magics, all of your abilities, and it is made of a type of opaque stained glass window, as it is from the mirror universe itself. It is a funhouse mirror version of all of you, and we will roll for initiative when we get back from break.
Meep.
Thank you all for joining us so far. As a reminder, you can always tip this cast and crew, all of whom you see right here, because we are the cast and crew, through Pally.gg. It's a wonderful tool, evenly distributes anything that you are willing and able enough to tip us, both those factors being important together, willing and able. And it's great. You can impact our game as well. Also, we do have some charity campaigns going on right now for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund and for Canine Companions for Independence. So if you're looking to spend your money towards more philanthropic goals, there are always those as well. Thank you for joining us so far. We'll be back in about 10 to 15. Take care of yourselves. Do the things.
So are you just gonna look at all of our character sheets while we fight this thing?
We're going to break.
No,
Bye,
actually,
folks.
I made. Oh, vast and welcome back,
Let's
everybody.
go.
Welcome back to Horizon's Call. We were having a lovely discussion about, again, wow, this not this cast, but the characters have a lot of bottom energy. Whereas if you have ever watched our spinoff, Harbingers, there's a lot of top energy there, and how we need to make a personality quiz. Also, the dividing line where Marcus stopped displaying top energy on screen and really displayed some hard Ken bottom energy. And it probably was right around this time I did see Barbie, so maybe there is a bit of influence there. Regardless, you find yourselves now in a circular, mirror-filled room, mirror-covered room, from out of which these mirrors have pulled an aspect of yourselves, all of you together, amalgamated into one, made of almost stained glass, opaque stained glass itself. It seems to have your features, and yet there's no facial features there. Like the skin seems to reflect somewhat like bluish, tannish, pale, Caucasian. There's pink hair, there's brown hair, it's in a braid, it's in pigtails. Like it keeps reflecting and refracting in different ways, but reflecting all of you and maintaining for the most part a centaur shaped body, though its features tend to shift. It does depict somewhat the armor that you're wearing, and its weapons definitely reflect the most dangerous weapons that you have. You might even see a little bit of Jeffrey or Smokey in the shape of this thing, as even the horse half takes on a direwolf shape from time to time. And are those jaws that it has? And as we go to roll for initiative, you all are in combat with a mirror version of yourselves. Because none of you are looking at it, it will get a surprise round. So if you want to give me your initiatives, please.
If I don't give you my initiative, does that mean we don't have to fight it?
That's what
No,
it
it just
means,
means you've chosen not to fight. You
Wait.
can choose not to fight anytime.
So,
So-
it
Fucking
was
serious.
mean to
Sorry.
me. Was that in addition to a surprise round on me, or was that its surprise round on me?
We can go let it surprise round on you, but it's going to get a surprise round on everybody.
that's
It-
fair. But also, like, we're playing 5e, right? So really, there is no surprise round. So really, we win.
Sure, you're going to have the surprise condition.
I'm just kidding. Is there a surprise? There's not a surprised condition.
Well, there's no surprise round, so yes, there is the
in
surprise
Baldur's
condition.
Gate 3. There's
Yeah, in 5e there's the surprise condition, which means that you basically have to wait a turn.
I don't have that
So
option.
I
What's the difference between that and that's stupid?
my glaive actually has the warns me of danger. Cannot be surprised.
Perfect.
But
Oh, that's right. I have the alert feat. I don't get surprised either.
There you go.
well, just me then, and Winnie.
And me.
15 is my
Was the creature actually aggressive, or did it just want to touch Winnie?
It stabbed Winnie with a mirror version of the glaive of Persona.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah,
Okay,
that was
that's
willful.
fine.
Yeah.
So,
And here we are
that's-
trying to make excuses for it
Winnie,
hurting
what's
us.
your roll?
I thought I answered 12. Sorry.
Okay, so you're gonna go just before Acacia. Okay.
Wait, am I top of the round again?
Well, let's
You're
no,
a bottom.
the
We've been
mirror is
over this.
mirror stop at the round. So some music here. Let's do there we go.
I apologize. I should have muted.
Okay. This mirror version is going to look about the room with all of its many attacks now. It gets 2 attacks. So I think for this first one, it is going to...
Wait, what's the order?
Sorry, I thought I pressed enter. I did not. There we go.
Okay.
It is the mirror, Proximus, Winnie, Acacia, Scarlet, Smokey Joe goes on Proximus's, and Jeffrey going on Winnie's. So, yes, with that then, it is going to cast Heat Metal on Proximus. So, Proximus, I will need a, let's see, actually, I'm not even sure that's a save. So, it is going to target your armor. So, you will take,
Which is metal.
2d8 fire damage.
It's from me. I apologize.
I'm gonna need a bunch of dice. It's not just you. If that's
Winnie also has it. She doesn't have it
Yeah, I was gonna
equipped, and
say.
I don't know.
So again, this creature is an amalgamation of you, meaning that it has 4 sorcerer levels, 3 artificer levels, 3 druid levels, 3 paladin levels. Proximus, you are going to take just 5 points of fire damage, and it is going to maintain that. And then for its next attack, it is going to well, let's just go ahead and do another glaive attack on Winnie, since that seemed to be pretty successful the first time. So that's actually just a 17 to hit. Does that hit Winnie? It does not. So the glaive actually goes wide and does not hit Winnie on that one. So let's do this instead. There we go. Okay, that is it for the mirror's turn. Proximus, you are up.
All right. So it's chosen violence.
It has.
I am going to, as a bonus action, cast or use my feet. Gotta find it here. I was gonna just be nice to it, and then it had to fight us. Sacred Oath, Oath of Protection. The incorporeal rib cage starts forming around anyone in 30 feet of me will get 11 temporary hit points. And then he's gonna take 2 swipes. How close is it to me?
So again, 30-foot room. I think Proximus was probably looking around one of the other edges from Winnie. 30 feet at most, we can say.
Okay, so I'm gonna get 20 feet, and then keeping a little bit of distance, and swipe with my glaive twice. I'm gonna test the AC out. So a 23 to hit and a
23 will hit.
14 for the other one.
Okay. It's actually going to use silvery barbs on your first attack.
Ooh. I assume the 14 doesn't.
Wait, I thought
The 14 does not.
said it didn't have any bard levels.
It doesn't need that. Apparently, one of you sorcerers have silvery barbs.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and that is a miss. Because I re-roll, right?
Yes, you reroll.
Yeah. Yep. And that is a miss also.
Okay. 2 misses then. And with that, we are going to go to Winnie. Unless Smokey Joe has anything
Smokey.
he wants to do.
He wants to get in there and take a bite. And that is, I think he's +5 to hit. Yeah, +5. So 15.
15 does not.
17, I'm sorry. 17.
17 does not hit.
Okay. Whiff. Go. Somebody else go.
Okay. Winnie, it is your turn.
I can't remember if you mentioned this before break, on break, or not. You said it looks like it's made out of glass, right?
Yeah.
Can Winnie tell if that's like a real thing, like with Arcana or investigation or something, that is it actually glass, or is it like, I don't know, like a stone that looks like glass, like a super shiny.
Yeah, sure. Winnie, you can do an Arcana check. Or perception, investigation.
I guess perception, which would be a 24.
It looks to be glass, very similar to the glass of the mirrors themselves, which seems to have a sort of magical quality to it.
Huh. Cool. And Scarlet, this is the room where you cast... You didn't. You cast Dispel Magic in the other room, right? The hallway. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah, Scarlet will cast Dispel Magic in the hallway.
Okay, fuck that. Winnie is going to cast, Blur on herself. And is it still holding me?
No, it's not, you're not grappled or anything.
Oh, good. Okay. And assuming it's still right next to me, I would like to click my heels and go back to like 15 feet back towards the door, as far away from the thing as I can get, while still ending up somewhere I've been before.
Does clicking your heels not trigger a reaction? Or I guess it already used its reaction. It can't.
It's a teleport, so I use click heels.
Well,
as
regardless, it can't attack you either way because it's it already used its reaction for silvery barbs.
I use it as a flavor, but it's technically a teleportation, so.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna bring little Jeffrey with me, and he's still tiny, so I'm not even going to have him. What's lower than a 1d4? Nothing. 1d2. So I'm gonna, just keep him with me.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
If it's facing my direction, I guess I could use my movement to get even further away. But I leave that to where it is in the room.
I mean, if you're going back towards the door, you'd be at the 12 o'clock. I'm imagining you were near the 3, and so there's the 15 feet distance from that.
Okay. Yeah, like I would just move. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Acacia, it is your turn.
I think we were pretty close together.
Mhm.
So I think what I'm going to do.
Oh, and I'll say real quick, like it looks like it's actually kind of a magical glass type thing.
Okay, thanks. I think I'm gonna cast Blight on it.
Okay.
DC 17 con save.
Save. All right. +4 to con is an 18 + 4.
Okay, so it does hit, but it still takes half damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll the 8d8. Oh, thank you, D&D Beyond. So half of 42.
Okay, so 21 points of damage. All right.
And then I'm gonna pull out my shield, so I have that equipped. And I'm gonna pull out my nice little sword. Let's go.
You got it.
Start coming up to it. Let's go.
Almost like it's reflecting what you do. You watch as you do that. Like part of it seems to pull out a shield and sword as well. Although you don't really, the sword almost seems to absorb into the glaive that it already has out. But it's almost like it's reflecting parts of what you do as the glass is shifting around it. Cool. Next up is Scarlet.
I would like to cast Shatter.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna upcast that at level 4. And it has to make a con save.
It's what?
Con save.
Con save of what?
18.
18. All right, that's a 14 + 4, so that is an 18.
Rude. Still takes half.
This is a construct, though. Do constructs take double?
I don't think so.
On Shatter?
Disadvantages on their saving throw
Well then let me roll the
for
disadvantage.
inorganic material.
Okay. Well, that was an 8 + 4, so it does not succeed.
Haha. 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Okay.
D&D Beyond's dice suck.
Skull, is Shatter just a specific monster, or is it also like an AoE thing? I can never remember. I get
It's a
that and
10-foot
Thunderwave mixed
range.
up. 10-foot range? Okay. You also would watch as several of the mirrors behind it also break. And you would also watch as several of them, as they do, mirrors on the form of the creature break as well. So I'm actually going to give you double damage on that.
Cool.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Good
So
job, Scarlet.
I'm sorry, remind me what the damage was?
15.
15. Okay, so we'll do the 15. Alrighty. Then we're back to top of the order with the mirror, unless anybody had anything else. So having taken that damage, let's see here.
Can I yell at the rest of everyone?
Yeah, for sure.
Break the mirrors! Go after the mirrors too!
Bonus action for 2d8 of damage towards Proximus. For that, that's 14 points of fire damage for heat metal on Proximus. Let's see here. You have so many great options. What is shatter? That's 60 feet, 10 feet. Okay. Cool. Let's do. I think it is going to ride over to Proximus, and it is going to cast a Searing Smite on its attack on you. So that'll be. Let's see. It's going to use its Glaive of Persona. So that is a nat 20 to hit.
Jeez.
So we will do 1d10 plus 7.
I was gonna use shield, and I was like, "Yep, pointless."
It's gonna take forever. There we go. Okay. So that is 18 plus 7, so 25 just for the regular damage, and then we're gonna do the 6 25 45 65 points of damage to you as that damage is doubled. And then we are also
is it 65 and the 25, or is it?
So it's 25. That's the doubled glaive damage, and then the Searing Smite is 5d6, which is 20, and then doubled that is 40. So it's 65 in total. And
I put that in, and then
with the Searing Smite. Actually, I'm sorry. It's and also need a Con 18 saving throw, please.
But he's just a little guy.
Nat 1.
Okay. So let's see. The next time you hit a creature, white hot intensity, extra 1d6 fire damage causes target. So you were ignited in flames and also burning, because of the heat metal. Failed save, you're going to take 1d6 additional fire damage. So that is an extra 2 points of fire damage, and you remain on fire until you can put that out. You're submerged in water, anything along those lines. But you all watch as Proximus is currently burning in 2 different ways. And then it is going to use its other action here to become invisible. So it is going to cast invisibility, and Proximus will be, I think, the only one who is able to see it.
Blind sight.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have blind sight? Great. Okay. Cool. So it is now invisible. With that, it ends its turn, and Proximus is your turn.
I am going to spend my turn putting myself out.
Okay. You can use an action to douse the flames. The heat metal does remain, unfortunately, unless you have anything that can submerge yourself in water.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Can I use Gust of Wind and blow it out? No.
You would have to remove the armor from yourself or submerge yourself fully in water. I think those are the only ways to
Mm-hmm.
get rid of heat metal, or to basically break the concentration on this creature.
Oh, yeah. Um, I can still see the. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points. Good gosh. Didn't really bring anything for this. All right. So, where is it in relation to everyone else?
I think Winnie is about 20 feet from it at this point. Would have moved past Acacia, and I'm not sure exactly where Scarlet was, but we could say it's probably near relative, like within 10 to 15 feet of Scarlet, probably about 20 feet from Acacia, 20 feet from Winnie.
Okay. I want to Rolitham's psychic glance. It's a intelligence 18 saving throw at disadvantage with Smokey being there.
Okay. It has a +5 to intelligence, thanks to Winnie. But it rolled a 5 and a 7, so highest it got was a 10.
All right. So 76, which is not that much damage, but it is also paralyzed until its next turn.
Okay. And what type of damage is it?
Psychic damage.
Okay. Unfortunately, because this is a construct, I will allow it to be paralyzed, but it does not take psychic damage.
Oh.
Does not have technically a mind to damage.
Yep.
But you will skip its next turn. With that, is there anything else you or Smokey wanted to do?
I'll let Smokey take a bite.
Okay. I will have an advantage because it is paralyzed.
It's a nat 20.
Go for it.
For 25. Let's see what his little bitey is. Gosh, I am fucked up, guys. 2d6 plus 3. 6, 12. So that's 18 points of piercing damage.
Very nice. All right.
Good boy.
A few more of the panes on this thing crack and shatter, and you watch a few other of the mirrors around also begin to crack in response. This thing is looking pretty damaged at this point. Is there anything else for your turn?
That is it.
Cool. Winnie, it is your turn.
Okay.
And I need to check on concentration as well, because I can never remember concentration rules.
Did you take any feats from Winnie?
I don't believe this thing does have any feats.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I didn't think that far ahead.
Well, small favors and all that. Winnie was told to break mirrors, and I don't think she has anything that would be super... Oh, wait. Proximus is small, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Winnie's gonna use prestidigitation to put him out, because he's the size of a small bonfire.
He's already not on fire.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He has heat metal on him right now. So the only way to stop heat metal is to break concentration.
There's no water in here.
Yes, submerge him in water or remove the armor. Which, because he's wearing heavy armor, takes doffing rules like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Something ridiculous like
help.
that. Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of time.
Okay, Winnie heard that she should break mirrors, so she's gonna break some mirrors. I think this would work. I would like to use 2-weapon fighting. Which
You have 2-weapon fighting?
I never melee, so it never matters, Mare. Isn't that wild?
I didn't know.
I don't know why or how. Maybe it's a bard thing. I don't think so. The point here...
Maybe it's a bard thing.
Well, I know bards have 2-weapon fighting, or the bards I play anyway. It doesn't matter. The point is, I would like to use both my daggers to attack the two closest mirrors to me, please, that are currently unbroken.
Yeah, go for it.
And that's a 19. I don't even. Oh, it's a 28 to hit and a 14 to hit.
Okay. Both hit.
And that's a 7 and a 6 for damage.
13. Okay. All right. Again, you watch as the mirrors break, and a few mirrors on the creature break as well.
Well, no. In all honesty, that's a 7 on the one mirror and a 6 on the other. It's 1d4
Okay.
plus per attack.
You crack a couple of the mirrors, but you do not necessarily break them in total.
Well, I tried. And, well, no, is Little Jeffrey's Force Strike, because it's a spell, and spells aren't affected by, reduce, right?
No.
He would like to Force Strike. I would like him to Force Strike.
Okay.
Which is a 9 to hit. That's another 14.
14 to hit?
Yeah.
Or 14 damage?
14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
Okay.
Or is he hitting the mirror?
He's
sorry.
hitting the mirror.
He's
I
hit the
cracked
mirror.
it.
The mirror hits. Okay.
And that is a 4, and that's an 8 damage.
Okay. Yes. He is able to shatter
Hell yeah,
both
Little
of the
Jeffrey.
mirrors. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's all we got.
Keisha, it is your turn.
Hello, it's me. How far am I from Proxy and far am I from the Abomination?
I think we established somewhere right around 20 feet.
Okay, cool. So I do have those temporary hit points. I just wanted to double check that. And then, so since other folks are attacking the mirrors, I want to attack the Abomination. So I'm going to run up to it and do it a big thwack.
Yeah, go for it.
Sneaky style.
My dagger, not my dagger, my short sword, please tell me what this is, D&D Beyond, a 17?
17 to hit?
Yes.
17 does not hit.
Okay, so in that case, I would like to use one of my wheel, one of my things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to add a D6 to my attack roll. Oh, then it's only a +1 to it.
Okay. It has an AC of 19 because it is as well armored as Proximus and Winnie. Or Proximus and Acacia, actually.
Cool beans. Unfortunately,
I
I miss.
Yikes.
Let me see if I can do this as a bonus action or as a... if this is a bonus action or not. Oh! Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my starry form as a bonus action. And I'm going to choose the archer one. So I become all star-like and pretty and gorgeous, even more than normal. And on activation and as a bonus action, I can make a ranged spell attack, dealing 1d8 plus 4 radiant damage. So I'll just shuffle back a little bit, like, I don't know, 5 feet. So I technically am ranged, so I don't get disadvantage. So I will get an attack of op on that. And I'm going to attack.
All right. The attack is going to come with the glaive again, so that is going to be a 23 to hit. It has a +12 to hit.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. That's what some of y'all are dealing with. And that is going to be a 5 + 7, so 12 points of slashing damage to you.
Oh, cool. I only took 1 damage. Thanks for the 10 hit points. So in that case, I'm going to make a ranged spell attack, and I'm going to attack with that pew pew stars from my body.
And yes, I was going to say you do have blind sight, so you would be able to hit this thing as well.
Yeah.
I think we kind of forgot about the invisibility there with some of Jeffrey's attacks, but or Jeffrey was attacking the mirror. That's right. Never mind. We're all good.
Regardless, I missed.
copacetic.
It wasn't it wasn't
Right.
enough.
Right.
Thank you. I miss.
Cool. Alrighty. With that, then let's see. We are to Scarlet. So Scarlet, it is invisible. There are mirrors all about. What would you like to do?
I'm going to switch things up. I would like to cast Eldritch Blast at are there at least 3
Oh, there's so
intact
many
windows?
mirrors. Yeah.
Okay. Jeffrey shattered the ones that Winnie had cracked.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. Then I will just attack 3 that are intact. Where's my other D20? 29, 16, 21.
All will hit.
Cool. One takes 9 of force damage.
Okay.
One takes 6 of force damage.
Okay.
And one takes 8 of force damage.
Okay. All the mirrors have 10 hit points in total, so you could take out 2, or you could damage just 3.
I'll take out 2.
Cool. All right. So that was 8, 6, and 9, if I remember right. So, cool. Minus 11. Cool. Great. And again, you watch as a couple of mirrors shatter. Couple of mirrors shatter on the form of this thing. It's almost like it's reincorporating, almost like it's prismatically like reshaping these geometric panels to keep its form, but it is struggling to do so. Okay. With that, it is back to top of the order with the mirror creature, since it has within reach both Proximus and Acacia. And since it is visible to either of them, let's do the 2d6 or the 2d8 rather on Proximus. Let's 12 points of fire damage to Proximus, and then let's do. What is the range on that? Range. That's too far. Let's use the last Searing Smite on Acacia. So we're going to do an attack here. That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
And Acacia, you will take... Let's do mundane damage first. What was that? 4 plus...
I don't have any damage reduction or anything, so you can just do it all at once.
Okay. So it's 4 plus 7, so that's 11 points of mundane damage, and then 5d6 of fire damage. So 14. So my brain says numbers and then immediately forgets them.
What were the numbers? I'll just add them up.
Yeah, it's so we had 4 plus 7, so 11 plus 14. So just 25 points of fire damage, and I'll need a Constitution. Is it Constitution?
Yes.
Spells. Yes, Searing Smite. 18 con, please.
Thank God Proximus is near me. Thanks, buddy. I got a 16 on the die, so that's +2 +5, so over 20.
Over 20, great. Then you are not set on fire.
That's great. Thank
Great
you.
news. Yeah, great news. I thought you'd appreciate that. Cool. So that does the last of its 5th level spells. Let's see. Actually, I'm wondering, it's supposed to be, is it paralyzed on this turn? Because Proximus did paralyze it, right? Okay. Acacia, ignore everything that I just said. There's a lot going on. It's been paralyzed, so it skips this turn. So I apologize about that. Proximus, it is your turn then. This thing does not do anything.
Okay, so if I shoot lightning at a mirror, does it reflect?
Does lightning reflect? Let me Google this.
I don't think so.
It does not.
Reflect.
They're magical
mirror?
mirrors, so I don't know.
You know,
No, I'm going to say as much as, yes, mirrors can reflect lightning, but the bolt itself won't deflect from its original path. Lightning is very bright. Mirrors can easily reflect it. However, the plasma created by lightning can melt and shatter the mirror, Before the lightning breaks the mirror, light from the plasma
Ah.
will bounce off the mirror's surface. Interesting. I learned something new today. Cartoons
Yeah,
aren't
I think we
totally
all
wrong.
did.
So, in the sense the plasma will bounce off, no, we're not going to say it like it's going to bounce around the room or anything. It's not going to ricochet, but you will absolutely be able to hit one.
All right. Yeah, but it's not gonna like bounce and break all the rest of the mirrors. So
Right.
I am just going to 2 sorcery points, lightning lure, the closest mirror. Oh, that's a nat 20. It's 3d8 damage, lightning damage. Is 12, 15 points of damage to one mirror.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move to the next mirror and smash it with my glaive. That's another nat 20. Nice.
Okay.
I will roll that. 2 plus. So that's 18 points of damage to the next one.
Very nice.
Does it? What was it? 10 hit points per mirror?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that
So
what-
you're actually slashing through a couple. Like the lightning channels out to a couple others. It's the damage is channeling outwards when you do this. So you're absolutely you're watching this happen with the creature as well. As the structure is no longer centaur in form, it actually looks a lot more like Proximus. Its reduction in reflective surfaces has basically shortened it and made it to look more like Proximus. Almost now it's where it's fluctuating between Proximus and like Scarlet Heights, and it's trying to find this in between.
So 29 to hit.
Yeah.
And that's a 10 on a d10. Nice. 16 points of damage for the next mirror.
Great.
So I'm just taking mirrors out, and then 1 plus my paladin level, so 7 temporary hit points.
Fantastic. Anything else for you or Smokey?
Smokey will take a bite. Why not? He'll go for the main body though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a 4.
Which we can say he'll
it's
be able
9.
to see through you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
9 won't hit. So
9 will not hit.
Yep.
All right. With that, Winnie, it is your turn.
Okay, still invisible, right?
Still invisible.
I feel like that's a little too risky. With
you hear in the mind link, break the Mias.
yes, good, great.
There's no yeah. Go sit down somewhere, Proximus. Jeez.
Oh, the mirrors. Why didn't you say so? Okay. I don't like the damage I was doing before. So, I'm going to, apologize for everyone. Up above us, the ceiling is one mirror or just a bunch more?
It's panes as well. Yeah.
Eh.
The mirror. It's also panes of mirrors because it's almost like it's a
circus
dome
tent, sort of. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And it doesn't look like there's any correlation between the mirrors and what's breaking on the creature, right? Or
It's
is
not
there?
like a 1-to-1. It's like when you break a mirror on the creature breaks.
Yeah.
But that is not to say that you have to break every mirror to defeat this creature.
Right. Winnie is going to chuck she's gonna cast acid arrow is basically what she's gonna do. Up at What she wants to do is hit like a junction point, but I feel like that's cheating, so it's just like 1 pain, that's fine. And it's a 19 to hit.
The 19
that
exactly
dice.
hits.
Um,
The creature, at least. But any paint of mirror, it will hit that as well.
well, if it's gonna hit the creature, I'll hit the creature.
Well, you would have to attack with disadvantage if you're going to be, because again, it's still invisible.
That's fair. Oh god, that's a 24. So I'll keep the 19, I guess.
Okay.
And 11 acid damage.
Okay.
And then I'll have little Jeffrey pew the creature. There's no way
At disadvantage still.
Yeah, there's no way that's going to be he can't possibly make that.
Also to note, it has reduced in size to almost look just like Winnie at this point, but still with like Proximus's crest, and there's it's still holding the glaive. It's still trying to figure out how to make a centaur back half.
This looks so weird. This is just imagining it. It's just. Ugh.
Eva?
No, I did my attack in the psychic link. I'm done, but I'm just gonna say, like, if someone can like chuck it in the bag, it can just go in the bag of holding for now.
Why are we taking this with us, Winnie?
To deal
Why?
with it later. I'm just saying.
No.
Dump it in the ocean. Who cares? Maybe it doesn't even exist out of here. Who knows? It's an option. But if you want
Winnie,
to keep
please
going
give me
around
Jeffrey's
with it,
damage.
he doesn't hit.
Oh, you rolled. You didn't say whether he hit or not.
I did. I said there's no way he can hit because he rolled an 8.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm not gonna do the math, but he doesn't have a plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I said I'm done with my turn. But I was in the mind link saying like.
So you said I'm done, which to Winnie sometimes means like I'm done being here. I'm done like just looking for the specifics.
Just gonna peace out. Sorry,
No,
y'all.
Winnie is sometimes like, hey, I'm done. I'm just done.
I mean, that's
Like
true.
that is.
That's true.
With that, Acacia, it is your turn.
All right, it's in front of me. So,
Yes.
I think I'm just gonna pew it with my little stars first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be a D20 plus my spell attack bonus, which is going to be a dirty 20. So that one does hit.
For sure.
That is going to be how much? 1d8 plus 4. Max damage, so 12 points.
Mare, this thing had 12 hit points left. Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And it shattered into stars.
It shatters into stars. You all watch as Keisha's star attack shatters what is left of this thing. All of the mirrors around you seemingly bursting into stardust, all singularly at once. And you are left in a room that no longer reflects all of these alternatives at you. None of these distortions face you anymore. You are left with yourselves and only yourselves. And also a door. Behind one of the panes of glass, you can see now that there is a doorway waiting for you. You solved the puzzle, so it is an open doorway. And you can feel like a cool breeze blowing through.
How we all doing?
I didn't like that.
Anyone hurt?
I'm literally half damage.
All right, Proximus, I can do a little bit of healing. No, I can't. I just have healing word. Fuck.
I can. Okay, yeah, that
Yeah,
one's
I'm gonna-
okay. I'll cure wounds you for. Oh wait. If you're also healing him, I apparently have to do math.
No, I
because
only have healing word prepared right now, so there's no point.
It's 12, but somewhere you get a bonus. I have to figure out. Fuck. Why is it organized so poorly?
I'm gonna lay
You
on
get
hands
at least 12.
for 30, and then the plus 12. Thank you.
17. It's 17 total.
Well, I look much better.
Internally, you're screaming.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Gosh, that was a good monster, Derek. Jeez.
Thanks.
Creepy, but
That
good.
Yeah. So good.
Imagine if any of you were abjuration wizards. And you
No,
just
thank
had
you.
like the stuff where you can't hit them at all.
No, thank you.
Right. Oh.
Then we put him in the bag.
Put them in the bag.
That's our answer to
Yeah.
everything.
So wait, so to be clear,
Put them
we
in the
s-
mirror. A
Wait,
mirror and a mirror.
he can't go in the bag because Jeffrey's tiny right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I could get the mirror out, but I don't
Jeffrey's
know.
just like pulling a full-grown pike out of his like little beetle mouth. It's a magic trick.
Yeah, how long does this
Having-
last?
Having intimate knowledge of this spell, does this feel like? Can I get a read on if it's like a normal length, enlarge reduce, or a? No idea.
I mean, I would say that reasoning that you have experienced some changing things in this dungeon that tend to reset at certain points.
Okay, so we just need the gelatinous cube to come along and slurp you up, and that should fix it.
No.
I'm just
what?
kidding.
Oh.
Maybe.
Winnie, I love you,
joke
but
so-
sometimes your ideas.
It was a joke, not an idea.
Oh, okay.
to
okay.
be clear. Okay, I don't want to be here any longer if that's okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Winnie would
Mhm.
like to into her regular backpack with like an extra sock or something, sweep up all the broken shards and stardust of the creature. If there's
Okay.
anything left to like
Okay.
gather.
Sure.
Want to see how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Sure. You get a little dust broom out and sweep up a bunch of broken glass into a sock.
Oh, I meant so like I don't get glass on my hands. I was just gonna like shove it into.
Yeah,
that
no,
works.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I smell what you're stepping in.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you get a sock full of potentially magical broken glass.
Cool.
We can call that an improvised weapon. Swing it around.
Use it like sand.
Glass
Yeah,
sack.
pocket sand.
Pocket
Yeah.
sand.
Oh.
But it's glass. Why have I never thought of that before?
Oh, I've thought of it before. It's not a great idea. Well, it's a great idea, but not a good time for people.
It is morally questionable.
You will all
Yeah.
pass out of this room over the threshold. As you do, Smokey and Proxus back into normal size. Little Jeffrey, oh boy, turns back into his normal size.
I love him.
The rest of you, though not changed at all, find no changes to yourself. And again, you find yourselves in a hallway. This one is narrower than before. It is only about 10 feet wide. And all along it, you can see that there are statues that all of like knights, warriors. They're all wielding a variety of different types of weapons. They all seem to be stone, and at the far end of the hallway, there is another set of double doors. Otherwise, the ceiling is only about 15 feet high. The floor appears to be stone. Walls appear to be stone.
I hate how narrow this room is, this hallway.
Do you want to be small for it?
No.
I didn't think so. Hey, do you think there's anywhere on the island that would be a good, like, home refuge for a, chimera, owlbear, and a manticore? Do we know of any, like, monstrous wildlife refuges? Because we're gonna have to deal with these things at some point, and
But they're in a stasis. It can wait.
well, it's not really a stasis. Like,
Well, they're not gonna like age or anything, right?
no, but it seems kind of rude to like. They don't have magazines or anything. I'm just saying, like, let's try and think about like where.
We're only pennies a day. You too can give magazines to owlbears.
Oh god.
Look,
Owlbears all over this world are illiterate and unentertained. Owlbear attacks this year have been up 500%. Think about an owlbear. Throw a magazine in the woods.
Anyway, is there dad notes?
No dead notes. This is the hallway.
Okay.
There'll be dead notes at the end.
Okay. So you said there's like a bunch of statues holding weapons in the hallway.
Yeah, actually, if you wanted to give me a perception check to determine anything more about that, you absolutely may.
I'm still holding my shield out, so I do have advantage. So
Cool.
Did it not roll at disadvantage?
I don't think it does it automatically.
I thought I did.
I can never remember if.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, I got it. I figured it out. I rolled 2 2s for a 16. Should have kept the 11. It's fine. Screw you, DMD Beyond. Anyway.
16 is still pretty good. You look at the statues and you notice something actually a little odd about them. Where you would expect these to be knights, some of them have shields, and you expect there to be halberds, spears, swords even. You look up the pole of where the head of the halberd would be and see that it is snapped off. You look at where the sword would be and find that it is broken in half. Anywhere that the damage of the weapon would be, you see that it is broken off. Actually, even some of the statues of the knights have their heads knocked off. The stone of the knight is lopped off. Some of them appear broken. A lot of them seem to have weapon damage to them.
Huh. That's weird.
Weird in a good fun way, or more of the same?
I don't know, but I'm gonna cast a spell. Derek, can I cast Find Trap, please, in this hallway?
Sure.
Oh.
Presence any trap within a range that is within line of sight. A trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable. This which was specifically intended by such as its creator. It just reveals a trap is present, but you don't learn the location, but you do learn the general nature of the danger.
You would recognize that there is a depression trap that you would almost have to step on. That would activate a number of things in this room. The weird thing, and I'm going to give this to you just with your spell, is that it almost doesn't work because you're not exactly sure everything in here is harmful. It's going to trigger something unexpected. I'll let it trigger because of that.
Okay. So,
but you don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah. So
or where.
The spell is a little glitchy. There is some kind of depression trap in here, so we should watch the floor. I don't know what it does, which is really weird, because the spell should tell me that, but it doesn't. So let's be careful.
Okay.
Maybe keep an eye on the floor for little pressure plates, stuff like that. Maybe Proximus, you don't even need to walk on the floor.
Before the my aura goes away, I want to 10 temporary hit points to everyone.
Cool beans.
It goes away after a minute, so get what we can.
What if
and yeah, I can fly across.
If we think it's a pressure plate thing, what if Keisha, you took this flying potion, which lets you fly for 10 minutes, and you, if you didn't mind, carried Scarlet and I across while Proximus flies? That way everyone saves a little energy, maybe?
Yeah, I can carry both of you, sure.
To be clear, like, we see the weapons and stuff are missing,
Mhm.
Do we see any hide or hair of like the remains of them, or where they have gone?
Good question.
You can see that there's broken stone at the foot of a number of these statues. I'll also say that there's some blood splatter on them as well.
Was someone here?
That's concerning because statues don't typically bleed, and when they do,
Yeah, it
it's
doesn't look
usually
like they're
not a good
bleeding. It looks
sign.
like
Yeah.
this is like CSI forensic kind of. Yeah.
And you check to see what type of warriors these were. Can I do a history check to see if
Sure.
I recognize the armor?
Can I assist him?
Sure.
Please do, because I'm a dummy.
Do you want to assist me?
Yeah, I could do that.
Can we do that?
I ask you, Winnie, do you recognize this armor anywhere?
Let me think. Let me search my memory. That is a 21.
Oh, see?
I did really need the help.
Mine was
though,
like
'cause-
11 minus 1.
Um, each of these knights almost represent a pre-Diluvian, like
Oh.
almost jousting, like battle armor or tourney armor of one of the great kingdoms of what would become Damaris. So you would see like Cavalonian knights, you would see Nerian knights. There's Axian, there's Draconian. There's a variety. You even see some kingdoms that no longer exist. Or some kingdoms that have adapted into something else. But you would see, like, the standard on many of their shields. A lot of the helmets having different shapes. Some of them having wings on the side. Some of them having crests. Some of them feeling, more bucket-like or pointed. But it's almost like a whole of history of knights.
But it doesn't look like the statues are that old, just that they're depicting things that old,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. I can also carry someone.
We tried that. Didn't really work.
I'm for flying purposes. We were gonna fly across.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
wasn't
tried
it the
that.
sand? Wasn't it the sand room?
That got ripped off.
Was it?
To
Oh
be
yeah,
fair,
that's right.
That wasn't Proximus's fault. That
No.
that was the sand fault.
No, it was
Sand
not.
hugs.
Sand hugs. I'll
I
hand.
can see why Scarlet is so like nope.
I'll hand Acacia a small vial that looks sort of like a blue raspberry drink with
Ooh.
little it almost looks like little clouds.
Oh,
Yeah. Not in like a bad way, but in just like it looks like a little puffy blue cloud, puffy clouds on a blue day. You know what I mean? Those are not
do.
words that work together, but
I'll down it. Does it taste good?
it tastes like vinegar. No, it tastes like it tastes like blue raspberries.
Okay, down it, and I'll hand you back the empty vial so you can reuse it.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome.
It looks tasty, but it's not.
All right, who wants
worst.
to hop aboard?
I will. Well, I guess little Jeffrey can fly his own self. It's fine.
Yeah.
Charlotte, you want to come with me and Winnie, or you want to go with Proximus?
I will let the whole being a backpack thing have a redemption.
Smokey will go with Acacia then.
That's so awkward, but no, he
Yeah.
Love
can't.
that.
He's large.
Oh, he can't. He's large.
He's large.
He's gonna be stuck.
He'll be okay. Can you
I
dismiss
could
him?
dispel him. I could send him back.
Wait, can you carry him if 30 pounds of him are reduced? Little
Yeah?
Jeffrey can carry 30 pounds.
No, we'll just dispel him. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
He can go back. He's a good boy.
60,
He'll
30.
he'll drip back into a shadow.
I like
Cool.
that. I love it,
So-
but also.
I
Oh, he can
appreciate
carry
you all
60
have kind of
pounds.
been standing around discussing this in the hallway where I described there was a depression trap.
And now we're murdered.
No. Just rolling in general, just to see, if any of you, you idly move around from time to time. Proximus, you would, as you just take your step to prepare for Scarlet to climb aboard as a magic carpet ride, feel just a little depression
no.
under your back foot. And you all would watch as the stone statues, the light behind the helmeted eyes begin to glow, and the arm holding a weapon begins to start, almost like automechanically, like an automaton,
Like
or
cracking.
they begin to start swinging outwards and attacking. And you would see as none of these weapons would do any damage, as they
Okay.
all have been broken and
Okay,
shattered.
so that's good, but still.
And then you watch as at the far side of the room, in front of the doors, the floor opens up, and out of it ascends a porcupine. If you have never watched the Mila Jokovic Joan of Arc movie, a porcupine is like a
Oh.
crossbow times 100. And it is nearly the width and size of the room, and you hear the machination of it pull back and fire. I will not need a dexterity saving throw from any of you because it was not loaded.
Oh, bless.
Oh,
This is the
God.
broken trap hallway.
Oh, ow, ow, ow. I love it.
But still.
And
They've
also,
been sorry.
Proximus is the
That's very tense.
oopsie.
Braced for impact.
Yeah.
okay, well, Acacia, you still have 10 minutes of flying.
Oh, cool.
If you
I
want
have like 10 minutes of flying and like 5 more minutes of like my starry form.
Yeah.
You might use that flying here pretty soon, but that's okay.
All right.
There are a set of double doors at the end of this hallway. The statues begin to just swing, almost like, if this was active, if these weapons were in use, it'd be pretty hard to get through this hallway. But it seems like somebody else has gotten through here first.
Winnie will skip ahead to the door, still being kind of careful that she doesn't catch a stray, fist, and see if they're
Right.
locked.
Yes, this one has 4 locks on it. And there is a dad note above that says, Ogden is honorable. He always fights his own fights.
I take 2, you take 2?
What's underlined? Everything except
Honorable,
everything-
and yeah. That's everything except the Ogden is.
Is there with the porcupine, right? So it's out. Is there a way
It
that
did descend back in.
It went back in.
Yeah, because it was covering up the door. So it opened up, misfired, went back into the floor.
27 and 36.
Second, I
Both will work.
roll. I don't think any of them passed. I got a 3 and a 4 on the die plus 15. That doesn't even break 20.
Okay. You're welcome to roll again.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna roll
guys
again.
are
I'm gonna try
you guys
again.
are moving at a decent clip. That the
Okay, I got a
you
14.
don't hear the ooze.
Okay, I got a 14 and 15 this time plus 15.
Plus 15, both will
Yeah,
work then.
I'm still
okay.
out of practice.
With that, the doors are unlocked and you may open them. These are much more decorative. These seem to actually have like they're metal that is molded and has depictions of Ogden himself, almost like in relief, sitting on a throne, and has almost like studs to the door itself. Like there's almost like pyramidal spikes at certain places. Not like they would hurt you as soon as you open it, but there's an ornate, almost like Gothic nature to this door.
Mm. After we get to the door, then I'll let Scarlet off mine.
Cool.
I'll lean down. Can I? How tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling here, I think, as only said was 15 feet. in this hallway. Perhaps more when you open the door.
Winnie waits to go through until she sees what's going on.
What do you mean until she waits to see what's going on?
Because you unlock the door, right? So it's
The door's
not
unlocked, but it
open.
is still closed.
Okay.
Oh,
So
do
you all can open the door, or
Do we hear
Yeah,
anything on the
because-
other side?
Nope.
Winnie opens the door. That's what they've been doing.
Okay, cool.
But she
And then
doesn't step through immediately.
Okay. You open the door, and within you see a massive, almost throne room, is how I'm going to describe it. It is semicircle in the sense that you all like where the door opens, that would be the arc of it, and then about 40 feet away is the back of the wall, which is straight. And along that, there is a dais, which is raised up several levels, and sitting on a throne is a massive creature, humanoid in shape, but hill giant sized, sitting on this throne. It appears scaled and scarred. It is wearing a almost like a helmet and like coif that depicts itself looking very much like a fearsome dragon turtle born. But it is metallic. It's almost like out of the mouth you can see two glowing eyes. So it's wearing this helmet that is almost a depiction of Ogden himself. And lying across its lap is a horrifyingly large battle axe. And it goes to stand. You can see that its body is covered in scars. Its arms are bound in spiked gauntlets. It's the really the only armor it seems to be wearing is again that coif and the helmet itself. And it slams the butt of the battle axe down on the ground. And from out of echoing out of the helmeted mouth, you hear it say, "I am the last challenge. Defeat me, and all that was his can be yours. But you will not defeat me." And with that, the doors do begin to close. So you are in or out on this one.
Yeah, I
So-
think I'll go in.
Yeah, let's go in.
Yeah, if it's
Glaive
not...
drawn.
Yeah.
And now that you are in this room, it is lit from above, almost like there's a spotlight on the throne itself. You can see that there are piles and piles of weapons and armor, all just kind of decaying around you, rusting around the arc of the room itself, almost like a perverse treasury of those who tried to come through before you. And as we go to roll for initiative, that is where we're going to stop today. So, as you go to fight against this relentless juggernaut, which is the stat block I will be using, again, slightly modified, just because I like to have fun that way. We will pick up here in 2 weeks. We're actually going to take next week off. So, thank you all for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm going to have these lovely folks say a little bit about themselves where you can find more of them. And then we'll do some channel new stuff and let you all enjoy your night. But yeah, I do want to say thank you to you for joining us. I want to thank you to this wonderful cast once again. If you are willing and able to show any type of financial support and tip this cast and crew who works so hard every single week, please consider tipping through Pally. Pally.gg is a wonderful tool that we use. Evenly distributes anything that you are generous and able enough to give, and based on shares. And you can also impact our game. You can do crits, advantages, you can get black spots, all that kind of cool stuff. Also consider donating to any of our number of great causes that we are supporting right now, including the Palestine Children's Relief Fund and Canine Companions for Independence. I'll say a little bit more about both of those here in just a moment. But until that, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Hi, I'm just here right now. Find me on all applicable social media at Archmate of Dice. I exist right now as a Sword and Key exclusive.
And we're very lucky to have you. Yes, please check out Mare's socials, and we're sure to have some more Mare coming your way very soon. Eva.
Hi, I'm always excited to see more Mare here, there, or anywhere. It always takes me a second. I'm always stuck in Winnie's voice. It's fine. Hi, I'm Eva. You can find me almost exclusively here. You can find me here every Saturday. You can find me here some Sundays, like tomorrow, where I will be apparently running a quick one-shot of Substratum Protocol with Anik and I think Lana? Question mark? The fact that it's a question mark should tell you what a great pickup and run game it really is. And on Thursdays, there's one more session of Trophy Dark over at Weird Nerdsmith. I'm not doing good over there, y'all. It's gonna be rough. It's fine. And I will have some casting calls open soon because I'm gonna be running some stuff. I wanna run some more stuff. So, and I guess you could follow me on Twitter at the EvaSarate, but I don't tweet a lot. So I don't know why you'd want to, but you could also find me in our Discord.
I recommend you go find Eva over on Discord. It's great. You can sometimes get some like mildly hot takes on Taylor Swift stuff, I guess.
It's the Lucas warmest take in the world.
Pretty great. You get some good author opinions over there too, which we don't necessarily do as much of on the channel. Yeah.
It's fine. Book Twitter's having a normal one today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that too. Yes. Cool. Thank you, Eva. Michael.
Hey fam, you can find me at Michael Sandoval on all the socials. I spend most of my time on Instagram and or on the Sword and Key Discord channel. I am also an exclusive. I don't venture out very far, and when I do, it's right here. So I do some art. I post those things. Haven't been doing much right now or posting much, but I'm doing a lot, but it's behind the scenes for potentially what was going to start as a one shot and then going to turn into, a little mini series, but sure. Yeah. So
How
I'm working
long
on
is
that.
Mini.
Well, like I think we said 3 or 4.
How's your 2026 looking, Mare?
Yeah. Oh
can't-
yeah.
Open. It's open.
So we got to do something before I go back for an actual psych graduate program. So because I want to be like Constance.
Oh.
Sit on the couch. Tell me about your life. What can I help you out with? Right. I don't know.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
Here we are.
I love that.
Please check out Michael's artwork. We are definitely appreciative for all the artwork that he has contributed here to Ryzen's Call, for Humblewood, for Harbingers, for so many other games, a lot of them with H's, some of them without. But yes, please go support Michael as much as you can. Again, Instagram is the best place after our Discord being first. Instagram, Mikyl Sandoval, Sandoval, Michael, not Milky, Mikyl. Last but episode not least, Kaila.
Hi, hello. I'm Kayla. I have been your Siren Storm Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores, who debatably makes decent decisions. I, again, am basically a Sword and Key exclusive.
We are very
There's-
spoiled here at Sword and Key.
Derek's got a lot of exclusives.
I'm very
At
lucky.
his
I'm very
table.
lucky to have that.
It's
Yeah,
great.
honestly, and it's all just it's all. I
We
feel
like
very
it
I
here.
feel
It's
very
nice
fortunate.
here.
No, I feel very fortunate to have such wonderful people because it tells me that I might be doing an okay job if I have such great people hanging out here. So, yeah, thank you to all of my cast, all of my crew. They're the same people. Thank you to you again for joining us. Again, I am Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. Yes, Sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. No, you can't have it. I've been your GM for this game, for many games here on Sword and Key. If you want to find me anywhere, DSword16 is most of the places. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Check out Sword and Key, though. You can find all of Sword and Key stuff at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can join our Discord there. You can find all of our socials, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter. Most of our socials are sword_and_key. You can find all the stuff for all of the projects we're doing, all of the charities we're supporting right now, and all of the discount codes. You can find discount codes for Eldritch Foundry, you're looking to get custom minis, you can get 10% off your first purchase with code Sword and Key. Greenleaf Geek Dice, 10% off your purchase with a few exclusions. If you're looking to get yourself a great set of new dice or some resin art, fantastic place for that. You can find stuff for Monster Crush, which is the podcast that I do with my friend LD. Different cryptids, creatures, miscellaneous monsters. We talk about all of them and how smoochable they are. We have an episode coming out tomorrow about fearsome critters. A couple of fearsome critters that are particularly a lot of fun. So check out that wherever podcasts are found. And again, you can find all the stuff. You can find the link tree for Monster Crush through our beacons. It's just one thing to another. Upcoming stuff for Sword and Key. We have today's the 20th. So like I said, tomorrow we have the release of Monster Crush. As Eva said, we have at 10 a.m. Pacific time, the one shot of Substratum Protocol. That is a great game. I did a Sword and Tea with the game designer just last week. And it's amazing. It's about delving into the earth, where the earth is just like these eldritch levels of unknowable horrors, and just like everything's weird and bad, and it's so great, and you can just pick it up and run it immediately. And it's one of those games that's just like, roll the dice, will tell you what you're going to do. For GM and for player, I should say. So there's like no prep for GMs either. On the 23rd, and for every Tuesday for the foreseeable future, I am playing Gate Night again with my friend LD, but also Shadow, where we play Baldur's Gate, first video game featured here on Sword and Key. We're playing Baldur's Gate 3. We have some wild characters, and we're just making our way through the Forgotten Realms and trying to not die along the way. We got through the spider hellwell last time, so we're still in Act 1. We're still gonna be in Act 1 for a little while, but it's pretty great. And that'll happen, like I said, every Tuesday. Horizon's Call, like I said, will be off next week, but we'll be back for every Saturday. Obviously exceptions when, it's the summer's coming up, folks got stuff to do, but we will try to be as consistent as possible and let you know when we will not be available. We do have movie nights here on Sword and Key. We actually just had one last night. They are on our Discord, so again, you can join our Discord through our beacons. We did Kiki's Delivery Service last night. The next one, which I believe is it might be on the 3rd, but I might actually just do it on the 4th after Horizon's Call, is going to be a Star Wars night. We're going to do a double feature of Star Wars movies, which you can still vote on through our Discord. I believe the thing might be closed, but you can still, post your opinion. I'll count it. Other than that, on the 5th of May, we are going to have the return of Trophy Dark Gift of the Sea. That show was a 3-parter that had to take a hiatus after the first part. So we're going to have part 2 and 3 on the 5th and the 12th, respectively, so that we can finish up that little trilogy series. So definitely check that out. It was a great first session, and it'll, physical illness and computer illness aside, I think we're finally going to be back for that. Yeah, as Eva said, we're going to have some more applications out in the near future as well. I am looking to bring back some stuff that I have done before and do some new stuff that I haven't done before. So you can look out in the near future for the return of Humblewood. No longer an Unwelcome Winter. I'll have to come up with another subtitle for it, as I think actually they might be getting on a ship. So I have heard, what is it? Horizon's Paw has been a suggestion. Humble's Call, also one, but they're not going to be on a boat forever, so I don't know. We'll see. But definitely looking to bring back Humblewood, looking to do some other stuff in the near future. I've got Lord of the Rings 5e, I've got Edge of the Empire, I've got Monster of the Week, I've got a lot of games that I want to play, and I've got a lot of life to live and play them. But I want to see you all in them. I want to feature as many lovely people as possible. So we're also looking to, in the somewhat not so distant future, do a lot of cool stuff for June and LGBTQ Pride Month. So look out in the near future for that as well. Again, applications, everything is featured first in our Discord, second in our social media, so that's the best place to hang out. Otherwise, we are going to be wrapping up today. We're going to be rating Jambo. It is Jambo's 7th anniversary, streaming anniversary, and it looks like there are a lot of cool folks already hanging out over there. So it's a great place to be. So go spread some love over there and congratulate Jambo on 7 years. That is it for us, for Sword and Key, for Horizon's Call for this week. We will see you again 2 weeks. Until that time, fair winds, following seas, brave mariners. Take care of yourselves.